Good evening, everyone. We're not late like other channels. It's not even 7 p.m. yet, and we're here. Please read the disclaimer. I am not a registered investment advisor. I'm not a professional investor. I just do a ridiculous amount of research. This is for entertainment purposes only. Take everything that I say with a grain of salt. All right. Interesting day today. We had the Dow up 559 points, S&P up 14 points, and the NASDAQ down 58 points. Overall, pretty good day. A bunch of positions, seesawing, NVIDIA down almost $6, Palantir down 265, SoFi almost 31, closed at $30.95. Big SoFi news. We will get into that first. Tesla down a little bit, Ethereum down a little bit, but overall, pretty good day. Amazon up, so pretty happy. Let's just go right into it with SoFi. I mean, yeah, there is two streams going. StreamYard has some new thing with mobile mode also, so I clicked it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think one is optimized for desktop and one is optimized for the portable devices. We'll see. I don't know. I just checked off the box. So, SoFi, very, very, very big day. A lot of people are covering it. Here's my take on it. Noto came out, launched crypto today. SoFi is now the first nationally chartered FDIC-insured bank in the U.S. to offer an integrated crypto trading platform. Now, it's not a partnership. It's in-house. And this is a complete reversal of them exiting crypto in 2023. Let me get the banner off. Everybody knows that these are my own takes. Anything I'm doing, please don't follow me into anything. Don't know your situation, and I take risks that fit my profile. Now, we have a new regulatory climate, which is bullish for crypto, and the new federal guidance where regulators have walked back their previous warnings. So this is bullish. The regulators have said banks can get involved. So now users of SoFi can buy, sell, and hold crypto directly in the SoFi app alongside their checkings, savings, and investment accounts. So SoFi is positioning this as an all-in-one app that's trusted, FDIC insured, and it's a secure way to trade, and they're leveraging their status as a national bank. So we know that from the Q3 earnings call, Noto is very bullish on stablecoins. They will be issuing, when I say they, SoFi will be issuing a stablecoin Q1 2026, it looks like, which is right around the corner, less than 3 months away. And this is a strategic bet. This is an all-in bet that crypto is the future of finance. Being the first bank to do this, they've basically drawn a line in the sand against exchanges like Coinbase or Kraken or Gemini, because now you no longer have to go in and out from one app to another. You can now have checkings, savings, investment, retirement, and crypto from a nationally chartered bank all in one app. I think it's pretty bullish. I'm very excited. I think that this is going to be very big for SoFi. I do think that there is a cohort of investors, cohort of older individuals that just don't trust anything that's not a bank. And the fact that SoFi is actually a nationally chartered bank gives it a lot of credibility. Now, I did not see Noto on CNBC today. So I would like to watch it with everybody. I'm going to react to it. We'll start off there. I also want to get into CoreWeave. I want to get into Nebius. And I also want to get into some other stuff that I saw that was pretty interesting. And we're just going to kick it off. I'm not going to make the rookie mistake. And I will say I am embarrassed about last night. The fact that I have been eating those cookies and I didn't even realize what they were called. I mean, pretty crazy, right? Pretty crazy. So, all right, we're going to make sure that we're checking off the volume. So we only have to do this once. And
new this morning, we got
let's get right into it with SoFi.
the guy at the desk. SoFi launching crypto trading on its platform. Joining us right now, first on CNBC, is SoFi CEO Anthony Noto in town. It's nice to see you, sir, in person. Good.
You know, I should send him a public message and tell him to stop doing his earnings calls at freaking 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. It's ridiculous. He needs to sleep.
This you as well.
Okay, so what's going on here? This is a big deal.
Yeah, this morning,
a very big deal for you.
It is a very big deal. It's a big day and a big milestone. Reverses the course of time.
It does.
We've wanted to be a one-stop shop for all your financial services needs, and one of the holes we've had for the last 2 years was in cryptocurrency, the ability to buy, sell, and hold crypto. We were not allowed to do that as a bank. It was not permissible. But in March of this year, the OCC came out with an interpretive letter that it's now permissible for banks like SoFi to offer cryptocurrencies. So this morning we're launching as the only national bank, the first and only national bank, the opportunity to buy, sell, and hold cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana.
So
very interesting. He said Solana. Very, very, very interesting. I'm happy about this. And once again, they're the only ones. Now, the question is, how long does it take JP Morgan Chase, Citibank, Wells Fargo, Bank of America? How long does it take them to do the same thing? Are they even going to do the same thing? And if they don't, or if they wait, are we going to see a lot more inflows and accounts being opened on SoFi? Crypto is becoming a lot more normalized these days, and it's no longer taboo to invest in Bitcoin or Ethereum. I think that this is huge, and you compound this with options and now crypto trading, we could see an explosion in revenue over the next couple of quarters. And if the Fed keeps lowering rates, my belief is their NIM, which is their net interest margin, will expand. Keep in mind, SoFi made a lot of loans in a high rate environment. As a bank, they're able to lend out the deposits on their balance sheet, and they pay individuals like you and me interest on those deposits. As the Fed takes rates lower, the interest that they're going to pay on those deposits is going to be less. And it's going to increase the margin because a lot of their loans are fixed rate. So that could cause the profits from banking to explode. So very bullish. Everybody knows by now that I was 1 foot in, 1 foot out on SoFi. I had previously said if it hits 35, I'm exiting half my position. No longer the case. Full-blown bull again. We're back.
I was going to ask, are we just talking about 3 for now?
We'll expand well beyond 3. It'll be a pretty broad assortment. We try to differentiate on being fast, having broad selection, great prices, ease of use. So we'll try to give members, SoFi members, as much selection as they would like.
And what's the difference between going through you and going through Coinbase or going through Robinhood or somebody else?
Yeah, there's a couple of really big differences. First, we're a nationally chartered bank, which means we have the infrastructure, the processes, the financial conditions that provides the safeguards that a consumer would expect from a bank, which is going to allow us to scale responsibly. The second thing is because we are a one-stop shop, you can do all your banking, checking, and savings at SoFi, your borrowing, and your investing, and now crypto. And one of the unique things about that is when you come to SoFi and fund your crypto investments, you'll fund them in a SoFi checking and savings account. That checking and savings account's deposits earn interest.
Say that again. You're going to fund it with crypto?
You're going to fund
your checking account.
You're going to fund your checking account with cash.
Okay.
And then when you buy
right.
Bitcoin or Solana or Ethereum, the money will come straight out of your checking and savings account.
Wow. Think about that. You don't even have to move money. You can just buy it right from your checking account. Makes things so much simpler. I may actually start using SoFi now. One less step. You guys know I'm lazy. I like to be efficient. If I can just freaking deposit money into SoFi and not have to transfer it anywhere, that's a win for me. So this is pretty bullish.
So when you're not putting cash to work, it's not sitting in an account that earns no interest, and it's not sitting in an account that's not insured. So the money will sit in an FDIC insured account up to $2 million is what we offer. And when you buy, it will instantly withdraw from that account and send it to the marketplace.
Okay, so here's a question. This seems novel in this moment. If we're sitting here a year from now, given this OCC decision and every other bank in this country, how novel will this ultimately be? Meaning, do you imagine Bank of America and JP Morgan and every bank, Wells Fargo, all the big banks and everybody else will be doing exactly this?
I don't. And a couple of reasons for that. We're the only digital one-stop shop. They do not offer the breadth of products that we offer across borrowing, saving, investing, protecting, and spending. So we have the ability to not just buy cryptocurrency, but we're now providing the ability to send payments internationally via the Lightning Network, which is a crypto network, right. And we'll add others to that.
Why can't they? Why can't some of these sort of more traditional legacy banks do the same thing?
They'll have to answer why. I fundamentally believe that we put the member at the center of that what we do, and we focus on these things that are activities to do with your money, not products. And so the SoFi Money account is an account that you can use for international remittance, you could use for self-serve wires, you can now use for crypto buying, you could use for paying friends via an email and Zelle. And so the whole idea is to leverage technology to make moving your money as easy as possible, but also doing all the other things you need to do to get your money right.
Keep in mind, when SoFi acquired Technisys, a lot of people didn't like the deal. A lot of people couldn't understand why they were doing that. It all makes sense now. And it's why SoFi is a first mover and they continue to be a first mover because they own the entire back end. When they wanted payment rails, they wanted processing, they didn't sub it out, they acquired Galileo. When they wanted to build it and move on to a cloud native cyber core banking system, they went out and bought Technisys. They didn't sub it out. They own the entire back end. They've integrated. This has allowed them to build the platform that allows them to do this. I think they're so far ahead of the curve right now that they are going to be the only one that's a nationally chartered bank doing this for quite some time. We'll see if I'm correct, but seems like it. We haven't heard anything out from the big legacy banks.
Okay, but can we just put Bitcoin up on the screen for a second? So we're at about, what, 105,000 today? I don't know where we were.
104 and change.
So what do you make, though, of how your new your clients who may be buying this should be thinking about this? Should it be digital gold? Should it be a speculative asset that they're sort of trading? What do you think of this?
The first thing is we've asked our members what they want, and 60% of them have said they would like to invest in crypto, but they want to do it from a regulated entity like a bank, and that's what we are, and so that's one differentiation. The second is it is a highly risky asset. It should be a very, very small piece of a total portfolio, and people should dollar cost average into it and make sure they stay very diversified. Because it is risky and it is volatile, you could lose all of your money, and we want to make sure that our members understand that. But they do want exposure to that, just like people wanted exposure to Amazon back in the mid-90s. Risky, now it's $1 trillion company.
What is your exposure to all of this in terms of the risk to the system? If everybody were to do what you're doing, what kind of exposure would ultimately the taxpayer have if all of this, if Bitcoin goes from this to, loses 50% of its value?
It's like any asset, if it becomes overvalued, to be that.
All right, just so everybody knows, I'm seeing the comments about the screen formats. So this is what was recommended. If I'll put a poll up, if people want me not to do the dual stream, I'll just do it in the regular format going forward. So I will put a poll out right now. Give me a sec.
Risk increases increasingly over time. If there's a lack of liquidity, that risk increases, and those are all things members should understand. We provide education on the platform. In fact, when we used to provide cryptocurrency investing, we would have a warning just before you hit buy that said, this is a risky asset, you could lose all of your money. In our press release, we say that exact same thing today. So it's just another asset that's not proven over the course of centuries, that will take time to level out and become more stable from a price and valuation standpoint.
Can I ask, does the Noto family invest in crypto right now?
Yes, we do. I have about 3% of my investable assets in cryptocurrency.
Mostly in Bitcoin, or what's the?
Mostly in Bitcoin.
And were you early?
I was not super early. We've done perfectly fine. We have exposure to it because, one, I believe we're investing in a technology, not in a currency. The analogy I use with people is imagine if in 1990 you could have bought a piece of the World Wide Web through some coin called the World Wide Web coin. It's very similar to that. These are networks, they're communication networks used for payments and other applications.
What do you make? We were talking to Kathy Wood. Was it just this week? Last week? I guess it's Tuesday. Last week we were talking to Kathy Wood, and she, has had a very sort of sky-high valuation for Bitcoin. I think it was $1.5 million she thought it could ultimately get to. She took that down, interestingly, last week and suggested that the success of stablecoin is so much higher than she thought that in some ways stablecoins for transactions could ultimately crowd out Bitcoin that might have been used for that.
Big picture, we believe blockchain and cryptocurrencies are a super cycle, technology super cycle, just like AI, and it will be pervasive across all the financial system. Stablecoins is one example that will fundamentally change payments. SoFi will launch SoFi USD, hopefully in January. That will be backed dollar for dollar by reserves. Because we are a bank, we'll actually put the dollars in our Fed bank account, so we'll have no liquidity risk, no credit risk, and earn Fed funds. That's a really attractive vehicle for people to use digital currency for, and that will compete with other digital currencies. It's not clear who will be the winner. Stablecoins are one example, but if there's a huge proliferation of stablecoins and they don't have the liquidity that I mentioned, they don't have the credit risk and duration risk, that could become a very risky asset also.
Should we worry about stablecoins in the following way, which is that hopefully if the stablecoins are backed by something meaningful like treasuries, that effectively takes treasuries out of the game to be lent in a different way?
Yeah, I actually worry quite significantly about stablecoins from operators that are not banks. Where are the reserves sitting? Is there duration risk for those reserves? Is there credit risk for those reserves? Are those reserves bankruptcy remote? SoFi, the answer to that is zero credit risk, zero liquidity risk, and working on bankruptcy remote. That's three elements that you have to think about with whatever stablecoin you use. Just because it's backed dollar for dollar doesn't mean those dollars will be there when you try to liquidate, just like a money market fund that breaks a buck.
Matt, you know what? You're getting an invite. You have an open invite. I don't know what your schedule is. Go to X and get on here because you didn't come on last night when I sent you an invite. You didn't come on the other day when I sent you an invite. Don't make it a hat trick. I think everybody wants to hear from you. Everybody wants you to come on. I want you to come on. Go to your messages. You now have a link. Boom. It's there. Get in here. Let's go. We'll see if he actually comes in. Hopefully he does. He definitely thinks he's better than me. So we'll see. See if he stands me up. Be a cold night without him. But yeah, look, I am super bullish SoFi again. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I think, and by the way, if you're not watching Compound and Friends or What Are Your Thoughts with Batnick and Josh Brown, it's one of my favorite shows on YouTube. So definitely watch that if you get a chance. They're really good. So look, SoFi today, up almost 1.5%. I mean, it's been on a tear. Over the past month, we got a little bit of a retracement after earnings, and then it just ran. Oh, look at this guy. Mega Man.
Think you're better than me?
Listen, you think you're better than me?
I don't think I know.
With you, I know you don't think you are. You are better than me. You actually have a Palantir hat. I don't have a Palantir hat. You have a punching bag in the back of your room. I have to go to the basement to use the punching bag. You know.
So happens in your room, Steven.
You have a picture of one of freaking Rocket Money's rockets next to you.
Steven, every day
we
aspire to be more like you.
I'm sure it's signed by the CEO also.
Far from.
Uh-huh.
How are you, Steven?
You know what? I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm good. Got back on Sunday. And yeah, the last time you sent me a link you sent me one last night and I was preoccupied, but the one you sent me on Sunday morning, Saturday evening for you, it was like 2:30 in the morning. So
yeah, I mean, it may have been the middle of the night, but it still counts.
It counts.
Still counts. Still counts.
I went to sleep. I had an early flight, but happy to be back. Happy to be here sharing sharing a studio with the great Stephen Fiorillo.
You could have went no sleep for the plane, just slept on the plane, but it's all right. We understand. We get it. We get it.
You're not wrong, Stephen.
SoFi, I'm super bullish. Really excited about the future. I think 2026 is going to be an interesting year. We have several catalysts that I outlined in my article. We have options. This is the first full quarter, and it is November 11th. We're going to get just over a month and a half of crypto in this quarter for Q4. We had the Fed cut rates again. We may get another rate cut, and if we do, we should see a lot of originations. And the more rate cuts we get should expand the NIM, which I think is going to be very bullish for their banking profits. And I do believe that we're going to hit 1 million members plus added each quarter sometime in 26. Hopefully we hit that Q4. I'm bullish for Matt's sake. I mean, I would have liked to see him and our buddy Tevis chop and have no blood on the bet. But gotta say, at this point, heading into earnings, I thought Matt was going to win. Now I think Tevis is going to win.
Matty to 0. And now I'll never be able to financially recover. And so I think I have to list the house, Stephen.
I mean, I wouldn't get too crazy. I would stop gambling, though, sir.
Very true. I have another gamble that we will have a Fed cut in December.
Why is that gamble. Even that's not a bet. They're going to cut.
It went down to 55%.
No, it's at 67. I checked an hour ago.
And so I said, you know what, at 55%, that's a pretty easy W. So let me give a little flavor in there.
The government's reopening. You're going to get the data. Now, if the government wasn't reopening and they didn't have a deal, I would agree with you 100%. If we went into Thanksgiving without a deal, I think that there wouldn't have been enough information for them to cut. I think that the fact that they're going to get the government open, I think you're going to get a rate cut.
I have a very strong feeling, and I've had this feeling for quite some time when the shutdown had begun, that there's going to be an allergic reaction to unemployment. And I don't think that we've really had a full picture of that over the past couple months because of the shutdown. But I have a strong feeling that once that data finally comes to light, it will not be bueno. And I think there's going to be an allergic reaction in the market. But we'll see. I could be wrong.
We'll see. We shall see what happens.
What are we buying, Stephen? That's the real question.
Well, QXO is over 19. I had bought it. I had started a position around 1830. It had dipped. I bought more in the 17s. And now it's up to over 19. I think it's going to be a good play for 2026. That's just my opinion.
What about Fiserv? I saw Chris talk about it for at least an hour yesterday on your show. Are you convinced?
It's interesting.
Are you gonna wait? Are you gonna wait for a couple quarters to get under their belt and risk it, or what?
It's interesting, but it's not that interesting to me. I looked at it a little bit after the fact, and I gotta tell you, I'm not jumping for joy at the moment. It's just one of those things where I'm like, you know what? I can live without it. QXO, I can't live without.
Why can't you? What entices you more about QXO than Fiserv? Is it the negative retracement in the earnings growth in Argentina, or what specifically got you at a pause?
Well, recovering from Argentina and the fact that there's really no revenue or EPS growth on the horizon is not my idea of a good time. And I think that the space is too crowded. And I'm in the camp of, I don't want to be competing against Shift4, Block, and all these other payment processors. Whereas QXO, you have a legendary CEO, you got Brad Jacobs, United Rentals, United Waste, XPO Logistics. They acquired Beacon. They Beacon does 11 billion in annual revenue. They're streamlining the platform, taking a technological first approach. He's going to do what he's done at every other company. The guy has over 500 M&A deals under his belt. There's over 7,000 building material distributors in the US. He's going to acquire a lot of smaller ones, gain margin, gain efficiency, and become the de facto B2B e-commerce of building supplies in an era where the median home age is 44 years. We have inclement weather increasing. We have a rate environment that's getting lower, so people will be more incentivized to do repairs that they have been putting off, replacing windows, replacing shingles, replacing the roof, et cetera, and we have a shortage of homes. So companies like Toll Brothers will likely increase their building capacity in 26 because cost of capital goes down, and all those things are huge tailwinds for QXO. So those are my sticking points for that.
Interesting. Yeah, I want to guide your viewers. They're talking about how there is two streams. There is two streams. One is the normal landscape view that would likely be best on a desktop, or if you're holding your phone sideways. The other is if you're holding your phone, kind of like a portrait mode. So, yeah, just so you guys are well aware, that's the reason why if your view is slightly narrower than normal, maybe you should look for the other landscape sort of stream.
Are you using both streams or not?
Not yet. It's a new thing. So I didn't do it the other night because it was asked me to do something, and I just said, let me just do portrait or landscape mode for right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to take a poll later and see. I mean, I'm probably just going to, I don't know. We'll see what happens. They said it was recommended when I did it. So I did it figuring wherever people are watching, they can see it correctly. So
McBurger, you are in landscape mode. I can see who's in landscape and who's in not.
But either way, as Maddie would say, SoFi to the moon.
Hey, man, SoFi's a great company. I think they're going to do well. I do believe that they've outrun a little bit, but it's all about where the future potential goes, right? And so, I never sold it with anticipation that it would be a bad company to have money in. It just seems like it's being re-rated right now, which congratulations to everybody that stuck around. I think it's well deserved.
So I want to move to CoreWeave. This is something I'm not in, and reported yesterday, and looks like they beat on revenue. Looks like they still lost money, but they lost less money than what was expected. Stock got whacked today. It's down 16.31%. It's down to 88.39, which is interesting for me. And it looks like they have massive backlog, revenue backlog to over 55 billion, which shows how much locked-in demand there is for their AI cloud services. And revenue is still growing at a triple-digit pace year over year. This is interesting to me. It goes hand in hand with what I'm seeing from Microsoft, Alphabet, and Amazon. 700 billion backlog for the three of them. Matt, are you in CoreWeave?
No, I can't afford it. And I wish everybody the best, but it's just not. I just can't buy everything. I'm not like Steve. I don't have 150 positions. That's not a hit on Steve. It's just how Steve invests. But I'm not in CoreWeave.
What do you got over there? What are you doing?
I came home. I wasn't.
Is that some Franks?
Yes. I mean, well, don't say the name because they don't sponsor you, Steve. Don't say the name.
No, I'll say it. I respect them. Franks is legit.
Well, Franks needs to sponsor you.
Franks is legit. We'll say their name. They're legit.
Franks is legit. Sponsor me,
legit.
Franks.
So legit.
I will literally drink a bottle of hot sauce on camera if Frank sponsored me.
Let's not do that and say we did.
I've done it before. I've taken shots of hot sauce on stream before.
Let's not and say we did. So CoreWeave CEO was on CNBC today. Did you see this?
I did not. Let's watch it.
All right, yeah, I'm bringing it up right now. And it looks like it is still in audio. Looks like I did something right for once.
Another record quarter, revenue more than doubled. I'm giving all the positive stuff. Backlog surged past $55 billion, driven by demand for AI infrastructure. So you listen to that and you think, wow, this stock must be flying. But you see there's more to it than that. And that's why I'm glad for first on CNBC interview with CoreWeave Chairman and CEO Michael Intrater. Michael, I appreciate you coming. You don't have to waste time saying hello. Let's just get right to this. Okay, so this was not the quarter you wanted. It was not like you told me or anybody, hey, this was a great quarter. You don't know what you're talking about. You did not do that. You were not proud of this quarter. Why?
That's not true. I am proud of this quarter.
Well, okay. No, come on. You're proud of demand and that they want you, but you missed the quarter.
So I am proud of all the things that we have accomplished this quarter.
Okay.
I am proud of the infrastructure that we brought online. I am proud of the incredible progress we've made within our software. I am proud that we were once again identified as the singular best solution to deliver artificial intelligence to consumers. I am proud of our backlog build. Quite frankly, every single part of this quarter went exactly as we planned, except for one delay at a singular data center.
At a singular data center?
At a singular data center provider.
That's better, because people may think it's one complex.
Yeah.
But in reality, when I go over the numbers, we're talking about multiple places, and it just so happens that the places are all connected with an outfit called Core Scientific that you tried to buy. Denton, Texas, Austin, Texas, Muskogee, Oklahoma, Marble, North Carolina, Dalton, Georgia. Aren't these the problems that you have with Core Scientific?
So, look, Core Scientific and CoreWeave have been working together to bring on infrastructure for a long time, and we're going to continue to bring that on. You're going to see the infrastructure that was scheduled to be brought on in Q4 coming online in Q1 almost entirely. There'll be some that kind of comes on in Q2. You're building massive scale infrastructure. It's very physical. It's very large. It requires coordination across all of the trades, the physical construction, and there's a delay that hit. This delay will clear itself, and the infrastructure will be brought online.
Why did you use a failed Bitcoin miner that came out of bankruptcy as recently as 2024 and counted on them? And was this one of the reasons why you wanted to buy them? Because this is not you. This is not the way CoreWeave works. You don't make promises and then not deliver.
Yeah, so look, they have infrastructure, they have power, they have physical data center capacity. They're a good partner. We're going to work with them as we continue to build.
Are you losing any customers because of their influence?
No, absolutely not. We're not losing any customers. And what's really important is all of the contracts that reside within those data centers are being shifted out by the clients of ours. So there's no revenue lost. There's the only impact on us is a delay of a quarter that you're going to see clear itself shortly.
And you still have huge demand from Microsoft. How about from Meta?
There is, as I have said every time I'm on this show, there is insatiable demand for the infrastructure and product that we provide.
Thank you.
This is a delay that is
insatiable,
Stephen. The physical component of this business.
What, Matt?
Their demand is insatiable.
Sensational. It is 55 billion backlog. I don't know if I'm interested at this price, but going forward, if I look out several years, I mean, I do think with a long-term horizon, this could be really good. Oh, look what's in the background, everybody, right over his head. QXO. Just saying.
It is a delay that will get fixed and pass through. And the other point I want to make that's really important is getting a data center online is difficult. Running the physical data center is not very difficult. And so once we get these this infrastructure
for you
up and deployed
for your company,
for our company, but even for the data center providers, I'm talking about like running the cooling, running the power through that stuff is not particularly difficult. It is getting the data center up to the point at which it can be handed over to us as a functional power shell so that we can go ahead and build the supercomputers inside of it. We are better than anyone else in the world at running those supercomputers, standing them up, getting the best performance out of them, and that will be true as soon as this infrastructure comes online. We're really excited.
I've always wondered or tried to understand what is it that your core competency you just described. You are the best at doing that.
Yeah.
What goes into being the best at it? What do you know how to do that others perhaps don't know how to do as well?
So when people talk about CoreWeave, they talk about it as, you know, we're a data center provider. That's actually not the majority of our business. The majority of our business is around the idea that we have built this proprietary software solution to be able to run and deliver supercomputers for the most voracious consumers of compute in the most effective, efficient way. And that's what we do, right? We've built the software layer that allows us to run the physical infrastructure inside of the data center better than anyone else. We recently, like within the last week or so, were once again found to be the single best provider by an unbiased third party that went and looked at all the solutions, all 200 of them that exist out there, including the largest hyperscalers, including the neoclouds. And we were the only ones that were awarded the Platinum Award. And this is the second time no one has ever won that other than us, and we have won it 2 years in a row.
All right. He did not make me want to buy. I do think it's very interesting.
The CEO of CoreWeave.
What I am worried about is that they're spending so much capital. The numbers that I'm seeing is projection of 12 to 14 billion in 2025 and potentially double that in 26. I don't know if that's really going to be true or not, but when I look at their financials, right now they have 10 billion in long-term debt, cash from operations. I mean, this is crazy. This is, Matt, this is where I get worried. All right, check this out. It's hard for me to really get bullish from a company that's doing 1.7 billion in cash from operations in the TTM and CapEx is 9.7 billion. Maddie may not be here. Oh, wait.
What are you gonna do when your Mag 7 is in the same position, Steven?
You know that I don't believe that that's going to happen.
You never know.
You're right. You never know. And I could be wrong. But the bottom line is right now, they are so negative on free cash flow. And even
you know who's going to have something to say about this, Steven? Call Tevis. Call him right now.
Why are we calling Tevis?
Because he's a huge Nebius fan.
I'm talking about CoreWeave.
Wow. Well, I don't know anything about either.
All right. So you know what? We'll call Tevis.
He probably likes CoreWeave.
See if he picks up.
Sorry, I'm just invested in my chicken.
It went right to voicemail. Oh, you know why? Because I think he's with Roy right now.
Because he hates us?
He hates us.
He doesn't invite. He never invites me to put like weekly. Has he ever invited you, Steven?
I used to be on it, and then I couldn't do it for a while, so I've never got the invite again.
See, that's what I'm saying. Never invites me.
No bueno. Well, you have an open invitation to my stream whenever you like.
That's why I like you.
Yeah, I don't. CoreWeave is interesting for a very long term, but I just think it's going to fizzle out. Now, I do have to say, we have some breaking news. I'm going to take a minute and interrupt the stock talk with something, and it's only going to be a minute, just a moment.
Your blueberry pomegranate drinkable yogurt is available?
Dana White is searching for a missing $500,000 Tom Brady card. He's ripping packs, in search of the 2023 Bowman Draft autograph, 12 out of 50, featuring the inscription, if baseball doesn't work out, there's always football. I will be buying. If this is real, I'm going to go get some packs and open them just to try to pull the card, because that would be pretty crazy. So if you're near a store, go get some 2023 Bowman Draft Chrome. Try to freaking pull it. Uncle Dana's got a bounty on it. Maybe we make some money. We're going to hear first from Fanatics Collect.
Tom Brady used to play baseball?
No, it's a joke.
I'm so confused.
They actually made the card as a joke, and he inscribed it like that as a joke.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So
I was about to say, I was like, I didn't know he was talented. Like, I know he's talented, right? But
he's the greatest football player that's ever lived. Come on.
I agree with that.
I mean,
went to Michigan. Nobody fucking heard it from him, and then just shows up in the major leagues like, I'm fucking here. Put me in the game. He was a second string, right? And then he just never went back to second string. The fucking guy, I forget who he was, but
so I see some comments here. Bo Jackson is the greatest athlete that's ever lived, in my opinion. Okay,
Bo Jackson's a crazy, crazy man.
Best athlete that's ever lived. Brady's the best football player that ever lived. 7 Super Bowl wins as a QB. I mean, sorry, but you're not going to convince me otherwise. Anyway.
There's never going to be anything like it ever again, I guarantee it.
So I want to play something related to stocks. I've been bullish on Warner Brothers. I've been saying for the past year and a half, somebody's going to acquire them. I said it would be a strategic move for somebody to acquire them because of all the assets that they own. Okay.
Let me guess. Comcast.
No, I haven't seen this yet. We're going to react to it together.
Okay.
I'll be pausing it during it. We got to make sure we don't do the rookie mistake. We're not doing the rookie mistake and not sharing audio. We're sharing audio. The headline is $30 per share bid is definitely achievable. I'm interested. Let's see what they say.
Excuse me. The company reporting its first quarterly results since that merger. Paramount saw growth in its streaming division and raised its cost-cutting target from $2 billion to $3 billion, also planning to raise streaming prices in early 2026. Joining us right now with more on those results is Robert Fishman. He's MoffettNathanson Senior Research Analyst. Good morning to you. How much you focused on what you heard from David Ellison last night as it relates to the earnings themselves, some of the cost-cutting?
Whoa. I did not realize Warner Brothers was at 23. This thing has exploded. I was talking about this when this was $8 a share, saying that somebody should just take them out of their misery and acquire them just for HBO alone. Jesus, I should have listened to my own freaking advice.
Wait, Warner Brothers owns... Oh, sorry.
Warner Brothers Discovery owns HBO. They own Discovery, Food Network, bunch of TV stations. They own a lot of assets. I'm going to see if I can bring up everything they own. Hold on.
Unfortunately, when you have like this, it double plays my voice.
What do you mean?
When you share your desktop like this.
I don't know what you're talking.
All right, let me ask you a question. Are you sharing the tab or are you sharing the whole desktop?
I'm sharing the window, not the tab.
Yeah. When you share the whole window, everything that plays on your computer echoes.
Oh, okay, so then I won't. All right, so look at all these assets. Look at these assets that Warner Brothers owns. I mean, you're telling me that this isn't freaking worth somebody like Amazon. I said Apple should buy them.
I think you should buy them, Steven.
I wish. I mean, think about it. If you were to buy Warner Brothers, so what Apple or Amazon would have gained, you gain your own movie studio, you gain HBO Max. You embed everything right onto your streaming platform, either Prime or Apple TV. Spin off freaking Discovery. You can spin off DC or keep it. You can definitely spin off CNN. I mean, this is a deal that made a lot of sense, I think. So obviously there's value here because it shot up like a freaking bandit. So let's see what this guy from Moffett Nathanson has to say.
Just so people are aware, if you're watching in portrait mode, you're the one that has to switch it off to landscape mode. It's on your end. It's not on Steve's end. Steve has both showing. So if you want to share it on landscape, then you have to select the landscape one.
Measures and the like versus.
I think I did. Wait, you can hear that, right, Matt?
Yeah, I can hear this. You're sharing the tab now, right?
Of their effort to buy Time Warner Discovery is.
Yeah, good morning. So clearly the company laid out their 3 North Stars in terms of supersizing the investment and really investing behind the creative engine. We've already seen some of those deals like UFC and South Park. The second one being the DTC streaming and getting to global scale. And third, that you mentioned in terms of the efficiencies. But ultimately, we think that the 3 of these North Stars really will be accelerated by a deal with Warner Brothers Discovery. And I think that's what investors are clearly still looking towards.
And what is your expectation in terms of a price tag that you think the investor class in Paramount would feel comfortable with buying in to Warner Brothers Discovery?
So that's the ultimate question there. And really, I think what it comes down to is how many bidders is going to be at the table for these Warner Brothers assets. Clearly, there's a lot of really great premium IP when you start down the list of the Warner Brothers studio, including DC Comics. Obviously, HBO is one of their crown jewels. And if you think about including the cable networks, that brings some sports portfolio along with other assets. So when you think of what the combined bid of that is going to be for Paramount, if they're bidding on the entire company, you're going to have to pay a significant premium to even where the current levels are for Warner Brothers Discovery.
So, Robert, you know, the current bid, as we understand it, is $23.50 per share for Warner Brothers Discovery. At what number is there a revolt? That is actually the real question. In terms of at what number does the shareholder of Paramount say this is a great deal, and at what number do they say this is just too much?
Well, the terms of how they get there, I think, are almost more important in terms of what the number is, because obviously, if you do have the backing of Larry Ellison and potentially even other private equity bidders, what the dilution will be to the Paramount public shareholders today could be more limited. So it's a hard question to answer because we don't yet know the terms. If the full underwriting is going to be from the Ellison family, obviously that helps the public shareholders on the Paramount side digest that potential deal and pay even more, including if there is a bidding war for some of the assets or all of the assets, depending on who that ultimate bidder is.
Okay, so if you're a betting man, and we have a lot of folks who are watching right now trying to figure out how to bet this, handicap this situation, do you see a scenario in which David Zaslav, who runs Warner Brothers Discovery, is able to get, we'll call it the equivalent of $30 a share, which seems to be the magic number that people keep talking about? And when I say the equivalent of, either a complete takeout at $30 a share for the entire company, or something that resembles $30 insofar as one buyer, potentially even a Comcast parent company in this network, or somebody else buying the streaming HBO piece of it and the studio piece of it, and then matching that with whatever value you think is in the legacy business that's being spun off, and effectively telling shareholders that this is worth the equivalent of $30.
Yeah, so we think a $30 per share bid for Warner Brothers Discovery is definitely achievable, even more so when you have that +1 bidder. And so it aligns so perfectly with the Paramount assets when you think about the studio overlap. Clearly, in terms of their goal to get to DTC streaming scale, the way to do that is put it together with an HBO Max, because that will very much accelerate their timeline to get there. As a standalone service, they are still subscale today, even with the investments that they've made. So we think that the alignment with the assets on the Paramount side are very natural.
I mean, Matt, this is now a situation where we're going to potentially see cable providers not be relevant in the next couple of years. I never thought I would say that, but look, if it was me, and this is probably why I'm not running one of these companies, what if Paramount just took Warner Brother or Apple per se, because Paramount couldn't. Apple doesn't need the revenue from the cable providers. What if they just bought Warner Brothers and just threw it on Apple TV and said, this is never coming back to network TV?
That's a good thought. You mean just buy it and then just take the loss on it?
Well, I just went through the
I mean, it
numbers,
makes money.
right? So look, Apple buys back 90 billion worth of shares a year. They could have bought this for $15 billion or $20 billion. They can't anymore, but they could have, and I think they should have. It's got a 57 billion market cap right now. It's a company that does 38 billion in revenue. EBITDA is 7.8 billion. Now they have a lot of debt. They have 33 billion in long-term debt. So definitely leverage, but with close to 8 billion in EBITDA, I'm not necessarily worried about that number. And that's something that Apple can absorb. It won't freaking hurt their balance sheet, and it'll enhance their services platform dramatically.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Apple needs it more than a Comcast would. Comcast is really hurting. And it's evident in the share price of Comcast. Chris Patel and I were talking or looking at this the other day, where Comcast has been on just a horrible trajectory downward because everyone thinks that Peacock has failed. It's not anywhere close to profitability. So I don't know. It's an interesting one. I don't think that's a bad idea. But if I was Comcast, I would do anything in my power to make sure that I get something like this, because this is a company that's actually profitable and making money, and HBO has a catalog like no other. I mean, maybe second to Disney, but I mean, the HBO catalog and the Warner Brother catalog, to be fair, are both very great. And
Warner Brothers catalog is incredible.
Yeah, you shared all the other channels and IP as well. I mean, they have a great catalog. So I'm kind of with you. It's almost like Apple could do like what Disney is doing almost, and just lock up that IP forever, you know?
I mean, look, for Comcast to remain relevant, and I don't know if that's really the right word, because they do 123 billion in revenue. They're just not growing. They have a lot of debt. They have 90 billion in debt, but they're doing 38 billion in EBITDA. They're very profitable. They're doing 22.6 billion in net income. Comcast absolutely needs to go after one of these companies and put it as a bundle with their services, without a question. I mean, the key is now you have to figure out a way to compete with streaming services. You have to figure out a way to compete with Netflix. You have to figure out a way to compete with Prime, because the problem for these big cable conglomerates is that you have a lot of people that are just saying, you know what? I don't need cable TV at 150 bucks a month or 200 bucks a month, whatever it is. I'll just get Netflix and Prime for an aggregate of 30, 40 bucks a month and be good. Maddie, you there? I don't know where Matt went, but yeah, I think that this is a situation where Warner Brothers could get a bid. I think it's a really interesting company. and they have a catalog that's second to none. HBO. Oh, there he is. Did you get done boxing?
Yeah, got done boxing. 100%.
Dude, like my dad swears that that's a punching bag hanging from your fucking ceiling. He swears that it's a freaking punching bag.
Hopefully that doesn't mess up.
Yeah, I kind of wish you didn't do that, but the way that it's hanging does look like a chain. It's pretty funny.
Worry about you, Steven.
But
everyone worries about you. I'm with you. I think it's a very consolidating landscape right now. You have players in this place. There's players in this space that are vastly profitable, Netflix and many others, and then you have the ones that are really struggling behind, and they either have to make a move. And I think Comcast has the ability, Apple has the ability. Looks like Paramount is trying to go for it as well. So we'll see. It'll be interesting.
yeah, I mean, look, we saw Amazon acquire the James Bond franchise. Pretty sure that they acquired was it Lionsgate? They acquired some movie studio a couple of years ago. So we have seen consolidation. I think we're going to see more. I really do. I don't know. Matt, I just don't know. Well, that's all for Warner Brothers. What do you want to move into?
Move on.
I mean, look, the last things that I bought were QXO, Ethereum, BMNR, 1OK or OKE, whatever you want to say, and a little company I'd like to call Starwood.
STWD, Steven?
What?
The STWD, is it still in the 17s?
Barry Sternlich was on CNBC today. I don't know if he was talking about Starwood because it says AI poses ominous sign for jobs, but I think Barry Sternlich is one of the best CEOs in the REIT landscape. And I'm just, every time that thing gets back into the 18s, I buy more.
That's why they pay the big bucks, Steven.
I mean, in all seriousness, Matt, if you're talking about just an income investment, this thing is yielding 10.73%.
Yes.
And look at this. Not that. Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. Oh,
what are you flashing up, Steven? You showing bad stuff?
No, I showed YouTube instead of this. Past decade, quarterly dividend has just remained the same. Look at that.
Look at how the price skyrocketed during rate cuts.
Right. I mean, this is just so bullish. And yeah, it's crashed. I'm telling you, I think that they've done a lot of good stuff. And I am in the camp that they are going to do very well in a lower rate environment. And this 10.73% yield is something I want more of.
You're not wrong, Steven.
So I got to tell you something. I'm pretty embarrassed, Matt. And I disrespect
you didn't get enough Topps Chrome basketball?
No. Well, no, I didn't. But I disrespected the cookie game and the milk gang at the same time. Somebody has been telling me, more than one person, to try Walker's butter cookies. It wasn't ringing a bell. It was not ringing a freaking bell. I'm like, I've never had these. I have 2 freaking boxes in my freaking living room, and I've been eating one.
What do you think, Steven?
It's crazy. I've had so many cookies, I don't even know what I have anymore.
I know you're a big coffee guy. Dip that into some coffee. See what that tastes like.
No. Milk or nothing. It's not biscotti. Biscotti's a little different.
I don't know. I had some Walker's butter cookies the other day when I was in ye old England.
Of course you did.
And dipped that in some tea. It was delicious. And crumpets. with the king.
So, yup, there you have it.
There you have it, Stu. Can't
Are
believe you're
you-
disrespecting you're alienating your own audience.
Dude, so I got another story. I'm at the deli the other day, right? Now, you know about Tate's cookies, right?
Yes, I do. Delicious.
Okay. So
Andrew Tate makes a great cookie.
Tate was a Long Island, New York thing. Started in Southampton. It was a little shop. When they were just getting started, some of the higher end delis used to carry just the chocolate chip bag. I got to tell you, one of the delis that I frequent, usually every weekend or every other weekend when I'm in the area, I got to tell you, man, they didn't have any Tate's cookies. Tate's has gone so mainstream, they're not even being sold in the places that put them on the map.
They just said we got to reinvent our own cookie.
It's crazy. I'm telling you, if we make a good cookie, that's the play. You always need food.
What kind of cookie would we make, Steven? Just good old chocolate chip?
I think you start with a chocolate chip, and then we go with like a salted caramel, do like double chocolate. I think you got to start with the basics, do an oatmeal raisin, come out with like 5 or 6 different ones, and stick with that.
I'm a big white macadamia nut cookie guy.
I can get down on some macadamia nuts. Get down on that.
Nothing wrong with a good old chocolate chip.
Let me ask you something. You're getting vanilla ice cream, okay?
Oh, now we're talking.
Vanilla bean, to be exact.
Yes, vanilla bean over everything.
Yes. Now,
Although French vanilla can get me.
I agree, but we're gonna have vanilla bean. If I put 2 things in front of you, one of hot fudge and one of caramel, what are you putting on?
Hot fudge.
See, I'm a caramel guy. If I want hot fudge on my vanilla ice cream, I would have just got chocolate ice cream.
I mean, I guess it's around. I will say though, I've been more into caramel lately. Like I never used to like Twix growing up, but Twix these days.
Oh, Twix are so fire.
I know. I never gave them the credit that they deserved.
They deserve a lot of credit. Their freaking marketing and advertising department with the whole left Twix versus right Twix thing, genius.
Which one's which, Steven?
Listen, I'm a right Twix guy, even though they're the same freaking thing.
You never know. You never
know. Never know.
They could switch packaging and I'd just be lost.
So what are you buying, Matt? You buying anything good?
You know, it was nice. It was an opportunity last week to buy some Rocket Lab at $46, and I took advantage of that.
You look at you.
Rocket money.
Look at you.
And,
I'm proud of you. I am proud of you.
You should be proud of me, Steven, because somebody has to be, because otherwise it's going to be a lonely, lonely world out there. But I also took the opportunity to buy, I think it was some, I'd have to double check. It was either Next Decade or Venture Global. I don't remember which one, but one of the two. And I'm excited because on the 15th again, actually on the 14th, because that's what this Friday is, I'll be doing my bi-monthly buys. So hopefully the stock prices stay down on everything so I can get a little bit more. But
and what are the buys?
For me, weekly or bi-weekly rather, Palantir, Rocket Lab, Next Decade, Venture Global, Northern Oil and Gas, Granite Ridge Resources, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and did I hit everyone? Not Meta, but I have a couple shares of Meta now. At 600 a pop, that's not cheap, but to buy a share, but it means you're getting more of each one. So there's that, and then I feel like I'm messing up. I think I might have one on Amazon and Google as well. Definitely on Amazon. I don't know if I did one on Google. And then also I do a normal SPY through my 401k, and then on my individual brokerage, I also do a SPY. My 401k isn't SPY. My 401k is a mutual fund equivalent, but yeah, so that's a lot. But that's pretty much my main positions.
I like it.
All those. Yeah.
I like it. Right now, I'm actually looking at buying a box of that 2023 Bowman draft. It's freaking expensive, though.
So
We
I
have-
did want to ask,
to buy it.
is the 2024-2025 Chrome Tops basketball any good or no? It's not licensed by NBA, right?
Don't buy it. You want the 25-26 license.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. I'm going to see if my buddy can get me one of these boxes if his shop has it. Just the fact that that Brady card is not pulled yet makes me think that this is something that, and now you're playing the odds that that card never gets pulled. If for some reason that card does not get pulled, these boxes are going to keep going up.
Maybe we buy it, Steven.
Maybe we do. Maybe we do. You know, the new Pokemon set comes out this week, Matt.
How much did you buy?
Not enough, Matt. Not enough. I think I'm only getting 2 boxes of it.
2 booster boxes?
Yeah. I'm
I didn't know you were
throttled.
that poor, Steven.
I'm throttled. I'm not allowed to buy more. The shops are just not getting as much allocation as they used to.
That's what they tell you, and then they're selling it behind the streets, on the streets.
No. I had to call in a favor for my second box, man. I had to call Alex to hook it up.
I'll have to ask my buddy. He was I don't know if he was telling the truth or not. He said he owned a card shop, or his family did, or something. So I'll see how real that is. But it's in the northern Jersey area, so I'm curious to see if he actually is or not.
Why is the new One Piece set so expensive?
What do you mean What do you mean?
One Piece is another game. So on Alternative Asset Weekly, when Ty was on, he had said that somebody he knew was getting out of his positions and buying a bunch of One Piece. And the shop that I go to told me to start investing in it. We'll see.
You heard it here first, Steven.
But this Phasmatal Flames is going to be out of control, Matt. You see the Charizard card?
You did show it to me.
Sick. So P Football Pete on eBay has already sold 1,887 of these boxes at $309 a pop.
What does Rudy say? I haven't watched one of his videos in a minute.
I don't know if the Judge Collector is hanging out in the chat or not, but I sent him a Rudy video and he called me. And he's like, "Why'd you do that to me?" He's like, "I feel so insignificant compared to Rudy." Like, Rudy is just incredible.
Rudy's a legend, dude.
He is the
What do you think he
biggest-
does? Do you think he just buys and then he sells? Like I think we've had this conversation before. Like,
I'll find the video and I'll send it to you. It's about his whole journey. He went over for 45 minutes. The bottom line is this guy has warehouses, multiple warehouses sitting on product, including sealed Legos and everything. He's just he's awesome.
do you think he just sells like 10% of his inventory a year? Like, how does he stay?
Oh, he's got so much money now, it don't even matter.
Well, I guess he's got his Patreon now, so
Yeah. Now,
But-
AMD, did you see what they did today?
no.
Lisa Sue. Oh, AMD. I'm going to bring it up. Don't you worry, everyone.
I'm worried.
Don't you worry. We're going to share it the correct way for Maddie. We're going to do the tab.
Maddie has needs, Steven. Share it the right way.
Listen, we got to make sure that Maddie's taken care of, all right?
Hey, it's not for me. It's for your audience. They were complaining, thinking that I was screwing stuff up.
No,
They're blaming
listen,
me.
I'm a rookie. I just freaking shared it without. Oh, the audio. Look at that. When you just share the tab, the audio's already. Look at that.
See,
Makes
Steven?
me not look like a rookie. I like it.
CEO Lisa Su just delivered the keynote address at the company's first analyst day since 2022. Christina Partsinevelos is at the NASDAQ with the highlights. Hi, Christina.
I'm at the NASDAQ where the event is happening, so I just ran downstairs. But Lisa Su did finally announce a significantly increased company forecast for the total addressable market for AI to over $1 trillion by 2030 versus the $500 billion it outlined earlier this year. So that is the first bit of news. The stock, though, actually fell when she made that announcement, maybe about 15 minutes ago. Not because the number was expected. You saw some analysts saying $850 to $1 trillion, but because that $1 trillion figure includes not only AI chips, but also AMD's traditional CPU central processing chips, as well as net.
A trillion TAM, though, doesn't mean they're getting $1 trillion of revenue. Let's just be very honest here. So they have really big competition, and I'm going to bring up the pass mark stuff to show everybody where AMD is versus Intel with chips. They also have competition from Qualcomm, NVIDIA, so take everything with a grain of salt, everybody.
Networking products. The street may view that number as just too inclusive. However, it's also worth noting that NVIDIA includes networking within its total addressable market, which has gone up since last March's GTC. And then Marvell, a custom chip maker, also included a lot of data center products at its event. So it's just not apples to apples when you're comparing these large TAMs, as they call it. But Lisa Su did point out that CPU demand is actually accelerating because of AI. While AI often requires advanced graphics chips, the GPUs we talk about, AI agents also need more just general purpose compute, which is where AMD's CPUs actually come in. This stock, though, you can see it's not negative. It was down about 2%, turned around when Lisa Su said she sees a clear path to over 50% growth in the server business and expects data center AI revenue to grow 80% annually just over the next 5 years. She also said AMD's next generation AI chips and rack scale systems are on track to deliver tens of billions of dollars in revenue by 2027. Those rack systems are how AMD can actually start moving up the entire data center stack and, of course, better compete with NVIDIA. And I want to bring up just shares of Intel because they actually dropped when AMD said that they saw Lisa Su said she saw a clear path to over 50% growth of server share.
I think Steve's on the phone with his milk dealer again.
And
All
Steph,
right.
I'll come to you first.
I'll
So
buy
we
more.
had the big decline. We had the big bounce.
Whoops, sorry. So I called your buddy Tevis.
Yeah.
He was nice enough to put his work call on mute, but he is working at the moment. So
He's too cool for us. He thinks he's better than us.
He's cool. He's one of the cool kids.
Thinks he's better than us because he's got a job.
I mean,
I live under a bridge.
Down by the river?
Down by the river, Steven. The full port on AMD. Is that what you're saying? Is that what I hear?
Hold on. I'm bringing up the market share. All right. So here's the market share, everyone. So for all CPUs, AMD is still under Intel, and they haven't been able to get past 40% of the entire market. And over the past quarter, it started dipping again. Now, desktops, super bullish. I mean, the last time that they did this, other than 2020 for a blip, was back in 2006. Now, the question is this different? I think it is, because in 2006, when they did this, Intel pulled away for a decade, more than a decade. They were able to eclipse them, stay somewhat within, and eclipse them again for 4 or 5 quarters now. So I think that's really bullish. But laptops, nowhere near. They have like 22% of the market. Servers, even though they have those Threadripper chips, they're nowhere near on servers. It's just desktops that they're really close to Intel on.
Well, the story is they got to step their game up, Steven.
So take what they say with a grain of salt with the trillion TAM. I mean, look, AMD is an amazing company, all right? But I feel like because of how much notoriety that they've been getting lately, people are thinking that they are selling more chips than Intel, and that's just not true.
With you.
That's about it. So yeah,
Are you
I don't
buying
know,
more Nvidia or what?
dude. And so let's talk about Mr. Michael Burry real quick.
Okay.
What I said to Chris yesterday is I understand the Palantir position with the puts. On strict valuation, I can see how Burry would absolutely think that there's no way that this is worth $1.90 a share. This could easily go to 150, 125. I can see that.
Yeah.
NVIDIA, why on earth would you freaking buy puts on that? Here's why I say that.
Tough, man. It's tough.
We saw the CapEx spend with the big four. We saw the 700 billion backlog in cloud services for the big three. We know what OpenAI is doing. We know what Oracle is doing. It just doesn't make sense that you're going to short or indirectly short NVIDIA. So I agree with one half of the trade. I don't agree with the other half. Where are you on this?
I can see where there's a potential slowdown coming in the next 18 months to 24 months. But I find it hard to believe that the price is going to get cut in anything substantial where it's worth the risk to buy puts. I don't know. Like, I feel like with the price at which he's buying them, the price is going to have to get cut pretty substantially just based off the implied volatility that he's probably buying them at. So I don't know. It just feels like maybe he's just hoping for a broader market decline, and those are the best ones that he could think of. I don't know. Has he publicly spoken specifically about it?
He's been tweeting about it.
Well, I know he tweeted about the positions, but has he tweeted about like the reasons as to why?
Hold on.
All I saw was that he initiated the positions, disclosed it in his 13F, and but I haven't seen any specific reasons as to why.
Well, he's been going after Corp. I mean, you saw that tweet, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
And then he said yesterday, understanding depreciation by extending useful life of assets, artificially boosting earnings, is
right.
one of the more common frauds of the modern era. You saw that one?
I remember somebody mentioning it now. Yeah.
Chris was mentioning it yesterday.
That's what it might have been, yeah.
So he's saying, yet this is exactly what all hyperscalers have done. By my estimates, they will understate depreciation by 176 billion over the next 2 years.
So basically he's saying that everybody is buying all this stuff, but in reality, they're not going to be able to realize all this income because they're going to have to spend so much in CapEx, pretty much.
More or less, yeah.
To keep it going.
Pretty crazy. Pretty freaking crazy. So, yeah, I would not be shorting NVIDIA here. I mean, I wouldn't even be shorting Palantir, but I mean, I can understand the Palantir play.
I'd be shorting Bureau Capital.
I'd be shorting that too.
BOCAP.
I mean, the real question is, why is Take Two fucking with our freaking fun?
I don't know, and I'm pretty flustered by it.
I'm pretty pissed off.
I knocked some chick up just so I could take paternity leave, and now
now your plans are all screwed up.
Yeah.
Now your plans are all screwed up. You had the timing perfect, and now it's screwed up.
Yeah, no, let's be honest. I can't pull anything.
I mean,
The only thing I can do is pull a hamstring when I try to run. So I mean, other than that, yeah, I got no game.
we need to get GTA 6 out. We need to start our own crew, get everybody in the ecosystem playing with us, and just take over.
Dude, the Milk Gang will be superior to everything that has ever been
Oh, yeah.
put in video games before.
We're going to run it. That's all there is to it. I may even start playing GTA 5.
I think we need to warm up, Steven.
I think we need to warm up. I need to dust the controller off, buy some shark cards, because I'm sure there's new shit out that I need to buy, and get after it.
How much is it free at this point? I don't even know. Is it like
No, I don't,
is it like
I don't
World of
think so.
Warcraft?
It's definitely cheap. I mean,
I was wondering if they were charging by the purchase or if they were charging monthly.
you know what? We need to find out how many people are playing GTA 5. Let's find this out right now. Hold
Make a
on.
poll.
We're doing it. We're doing it. Poll. Do you play GTA 5? Start.
I
poll.
couldn't get into Red Dead. I couldn't get into it.
It's okay. It's nothing good. The graphics are great, but the game is just not. I don't know. All right, so we got some votes coming in. Not a lot of people play this. Not a lot of people play this. I was thinking about freaking starting a second channel and just playing video games on it.
I think you should, Steven.
Going down the rabbit hole. Look at you showing that little fancy thing off.
What, my fake watch?
I like it. I like it.
It's fake, Steven.
I don't even have a watch.
You don't know that.
Yeah, I know. I do like that, Matt. It's one of my favorites.
Just doing it?
No, I'm just saying. I like what you're wearing.
I think everyone likes you, Steven. Everyone wants to know. If Steven had unlimited capital, what would he buy? The answer is nothing, because he wouldn't need to buy anything because he's got unlimited capital.
Well, I got to tell you, 32% play GTA 5. That's crazy talk.
Just it. That's just 35?
I wonder
That's
if freaking we said World of Warcraft, if people play that.
They'd all try to be like you, Steve.
I mean, I saw some people in the chat saying, wow, so.
We got Jeffy upset. Said no more stocks. He's out. He's calling it.
Well, we'll get back to stocks in a minute.
Jeffy said he's done.
Wow.
Steven Fiorillo to 0.
Listen. All right, we're going to end this one. We're going to do one more poll real quick, and we'll get back to stocks in a moment. Start a poll. I can't spell. All right. Now, the reason we were talking about GTA 5 and 6 is because it's actually owned by a public company. And I do think that it's going to be the biggest video game of all time. And it's been something I've been watching, but the valuation on Take-Two sucks.
Still?
Yeah.
I thought it ran up, though.
No, I'm just saying the valuation sucks. Wow, even less people play WoW, only 14%.
See, Steven, we're cooked.
I mean,
how are we supposed to make money on this streaming gig?
I don't know.
It's hard enough. You barely make any money as it is. You know that now. You probably thought, I'm going to be able to retire in 6 days. And Steven realized it's not as easy as it looks.
I realize that Maddie's better than me.
Nah, you're almost, what are you at, like 11, 12,000 followers at this point? You got
look at the crazy EPS growth that they're expecting for freaking 27 because of freaking GTA, which is really 2026. But
are they planning on charging monthly? How are they expecting to make so much?
Probably because you got to buy the game, and then people are going to be buying freaking shark cards and that type of stuff.
Huh.
But after, look at that surge in revenue, and then nothing after that. That's real. See, this is why I can't get into that.
Yeah, that's tough. I don't know, Steven.
I don't know, Maddie. I just don't know.
Hey, I think if people want to trade it, I'm all about it. I try to stay away from the trades a lot of times.
Yeah, I don't trade, period. So
I don't know.
Oh yeah, and we all thanked Chris last night, but if you see Chris, you guys doing Cash Flow Chronicles tonight?
We are. That's the plan.
You guys should go watch Cash Flow Chronicles with Matt and Chris and thank him for his service. He is a veteran.
An all-around good-looking guy. That's why I watch Cash Flow Chronicles. It's because it's Chris's good looks. It's not for my good looks, I'll tell you that much. People don't tune in for me. They tune in for you. They tune in for...
Stop. You never invite me on your channel.
You don't know that.
I do know that. You can't keep a straight face.
You don't know that, Steven.
Why is it not? Here we go. Cash Flow Chronicles.
I normally, when I go live on my channel, it's either for Rocket Lab Weekly, Palantir Weekly, or just a random solo stream. I don't. And Cash Flow Chronicles is different, but.
So please go follow Cash Flow Chronicles. Follow Maddie and Chris. They'll be on later. You guys going on 10?
Probably 11, maybe 10:30. I don't know.
All right, so they're taking over the late night stream for tonight. Please go follow them and watch them. They do put on a great show. So
it's mostly just me listening to Chris because Chris knows way more than I do, and I sit there and chime in from time to time. Chris is the smart one. I'm dumb.
You like saying that. You're not, though.
I think my problem is, Steve, is that I like to concentrate my positions, and a lot of people they like what they shouldn't. I'll say that. I think a lot of people like to just hop around and chase what's shiny, and unfortunately, I think it causes them to lose more money than they should. But that's just me. What are you dropping over there?
I'm dropping my pen. I was twirling in my hand and I dropped it.
So, but I could be wrong. I know some people are doing really well in the markets this year. Apparently, most people are up like 400%. If you
crazy
wait for when Amit asks this chat, nobody is losing money, surprisingly. So it either means that everyone is the best stock pickers of all time, or the whole market is this frothy. One of the two.
Here's the thing. It's not that hard of a market to make money in if you just put it in freaking the Mag 7 at this point. Or it hasn't been, right? I mean, they're the best companies in the market, biggest balance sheets. All you had to do is put money in Apple and Microsoft, and you've been golden over the past couple of years.
Steven, you got a point.
Are you coming in on BMNR with us or not?
I can't afford it, Steven. I'll wait for crypto winter, and then I'll join.
Maddie's the only one in our crew that is a crypto winter guy at this point. He may be right. And if he is right, gotta tell you, he's gonna get a lot of coins.
No, I won't. Normally, what ends up happening is by the time that something actually shows up, people are moved on and they're too afraid to think about retrospect. Their emotions kind of take over. But I still am cautiously optimistic we'll hit all-time highs on cryptocurrency before we see a crypto winter. It's just at the moment I don't want to consolidate any of my positions, and I'll wait for probably later next year when crypto winter's around to really do it. And I might just, instead of doing a large lump sum or rebalancing, maybe what I'll do is I'll just buy more aggressively. Maybe stop buying positions in some of the other positions that have a higher share count in. But I'm not nearly done buying all the stocks that I have. Even Rocket Lab, I'd love to buy a little bit more. So,
I mean,
rocket money, as somebody call it.
Listen, you've done very well on it. You have lack conviction in it, so there's no reason not to keep buying for you. Especially you have such a low cost basis on it that, I mean, what's the reason not to, you know?
I mean, I'm selling covered calls now that are printing cash. And so I'm using a lot of that to buy other positions and put it into other positions. So that's been nice. And I plan on doing that. And eventually, maybe I'll use it to kind of live off of. But for now, I'm using it to stack up. And
notice how he just said to live off of so nonchalantly. I caught that. I heard you.
Every day, I'm trying to be more like you used to.
Listen, I heard you.
But for now, just reinvesting because, you know, I'm working still. So
I need to get this super premium freaking box from the Pokemon world.
Tell me about it, Steven.
I don't even know what the freak it's called.
See, people are up 5,000%.
Who's up
this year alone? People are up 5,000% this year alone.
I mean, okay. All right. Listen, like I said, it has not been a difficult market for a lot of people. I hate to say that, but it hasn't been. I mean, the real question is, what's the next one? That's the real question.
What's the next what?
What's the next thing we're getting into?
I got two that I think are. I mean, I don't think Palantir's done. I don't think Rocket Lab's done, but I think next decade and Venture Global, I think will continue to do well.
How are these people getting these I don't understand how they're getting these freaking things.
What?
The Mega Charizard X boxes. I can't believe I'm about to freaking buy this for this price. I must have it though, Matt.
How much of the what are the boxes that I just bought, Steven? Was it Destined Rivals? Hold on. Let me see what I bought.
You bought Destin?
Making Steve's way downtown, walking fast. Man, Steve, he's homebound. I know, I guess I bought Journey Together. I thought I bought other stuff. But I bought some booster bundles of Journey Together.
I don't know anything about booster bundles.
I mean, generally speaking, the boxes are too expensive when I go on Amazon or Walmart. And the bundles are just easier for me to digest.
Whoa. You're the guy that just said you're going to be living off your covered calls, and yet you're saying a box of cards is too expensive? What's going on?
No, I don't necessarily mean the total dollar value. I mean the premium. So generally speaking, the booster boxes, the premium that you're paying on them is just too large compared to, at least when I'm looking at the like Journey Together bundles or something like that. It's much more digestible.
Yeah, listen, I'm with you. It is not the same way that it was back in the day. And I say back in the day nonchalantly. I'm talking about last year. So it's crazy. Oh, that's funny. Steve acts like he's investing. He's really just a collector at this point. Listen, I am buying up what I can of Pokemon stuff because over the long haul, it's outpaced S&P 500, and I'm up quite a bit on my position. That's all there is
Another
to
thing
it.
the other thing I like about the bundles, Steve, is they're a little smaller. So, like for example, I think it's your Surging Sparks, right? It's worth like $2,500 a box, right? And it's like, well, if you have
No,
a
Evolving
bundle,
Skies.
Evolving Sky, that's what I meant. Yeah, you could sell a bundle and make $500, versus selling an entire box, So it makes it more digestible to sell off, if that makes sense.
Dude, there's
It's
demand.
split up.
I could sell everything in one shot to somebody. There's so much demand out there.
Oh, I bet. They ask
So
them if they
much.
want mine. I'll sell for 10.
Oh wow, Robert. Yeah, I know what happened with the CS:GO skins market, but the CS:GO skins, it's completely different. And I know that people will say it's not, but it is. It's not a tangible asset you can hold. It's not a whole game that people go to tournaments and play in person with the cards. Like spending thousands of dollars on skins for CS:GO is crazy just to make your character look better or cooler. Completely different. Completely different. So yes, I'm fully aware of the freaking CS:GO skin stuff and the freaking knives, and I know all about it. Maddie. So you're still Rocket Lab and Palantir. All right. I like it.
Did you end up doing any research on Venture Global or Next Decade, or do you still hate me?
I did a little research.
Or it wasn't a fan, huh?
You know, I can't do it right now. There's just other things I'm more interested in buying right now. Venture Global is more interesting to me than Next Decade with how much it fell.
Well, one's making revenue at the moment, one's not. So
That's why Venture Global is more interesting to me with how much it fell.
yeah.
I mean, it's doing 2.5 billion in profit. It's doing 4.8 billion in EBITDA. I think 7 to 8 billion this year in projected EBITDA. So it's really freaking interesting. And yeah, they got a lot of debt, but when you're talking about 8 billion EBITDA, I'm not too worried about it. Next is interesting, but it's a freaking couple years out on revenue. And I don't know that I want to be putting away that capital for that long just to see what type of revenue they generate. There's too many variables where I can be putting that capital in stuff.
There is, Stephen. I don't think there is as much variability as you think there is. I mean, it's like pipelines.
It's not like pipelines.
100%. It's not exactly verbatim. It's not apples to apples. It's apples to oranges, but the fee structure is analogous. You sign a contract.
Fee structure is the same. I will give you that. I'm with you on fee structure. I'm just saying that there's a lot of freaking what ifs with getting these things online in 2027 and 2028. That's all I'm saying.
We'll see, Stephen.
I mean, look, it's $6 a share. It's really interesting again.
We'll see.
I mean, listen, you are the expert in this area. Are you still acquiring Next?
Pretty certain. What did I do the other day? I'm trying to remember which one I bought the other day. It might have been more Venture Global, but I'm still buying. I mean, it's part of my monthly buys.
You are a good role model to society and beyond.
No, I just I have a plan and a path. And
look at Kathy. Kathy selling Tesla again. Crazy. She crazy.
Not as crazy as you, Steven. Let me see.
All right. You know what? I did not go through the Q3 results for next decade. Did you go through the results?
The results, they were on the 30th. There's not much to go through. There's no revenue.
But did they put anything new out on the slide deck or the presentation that was not already known?
They've been coming out with new presentations as they've sanctioned the 4th and 5th train, which may or may not be enticing to people. So I bought more Rocket Lab. Let's see. I bought more S&P. Yeah, and I bought more next decade. Yeah.
Can I ask you a dumb question that you don't have to answer if you don't want to?
No question is dumb.
Would you be willing to tell me where you think next could be on a market cap basis, not a price per share basis, in 2030?
2030, that might be tougher to say. By 2035, I'm fairly confident it'll be at a 20 billion plus market cap.
20 billion plus 2035.
Yeah.
So lock up your money for 9 years and could be a 15x. Okay. How big is Cheniere? So Cheniere's 45 billion. Cheniere's the granddaddy. Cheniere's the big boy in this space. So do you think that they can get to half of Cheniere's size?
I think where people don't fully understand because they haven't done the due diligence is like next decade, it could end up being the largest, if not the second largest, export facility in the U.S. on its own. So I think people have this. The problem is like when you're looking at stocks like this, you need to understand where a company is headed long term, because you might completely discount everything in the future. So a lot of people are like, oh my God, the cash flow is only going to be this, cash flow is only going to be that. It's like, but you're only taking into account half of the facility that's being built at the moment. And with respect to next decade owns only a small portion of the first 3 trains because they're getting carried. So basically, next decade showed up with all the land, and they showed up with the plans, and they showed up with the ability, but they didn't have enough capital to be able to fund the first 3 trains. And so for the first 3 trains, they're being carried by the other partners in the project. So what I don't think people fully recognize is like the first 5 trains is not where the money's at. It's really the follow-on opportunity of once they're actually cash flowing and being able to develop the other trains, which are likely to have a higher equity percentage, if not wholly owned, then that's where the money truly comes in. And yes, there's a lot of assumptions baked on top of each other and things of the like, but it's not like you're putting somebody into space, right? I mean, you're building a facility that people have done many times before. So I don't know. I just have a lot of faith that it'll turn out in the right manner. But I think that a lot of people might look at it and they'll say, oh, it's an X size facility. Let me compare it verbatim with Cheniere, all that. And it's not that simple because you can't take it on a gross basis. You have to look at it on a net basis because not everything is going to be wholly owned by next decade. So it makes it a little bit more difficult, and there adds a layer of complexity onto that.
Okay. I mean, you're selling me.
But yeah, I mean, I'm cautiously optimistic that it'll be 25 billion. And there will be dilution to an extent because they have to pay for building the additional trains. But I think, yeah, I mean, at the prices at the moment for certainty, I think Venture Global is probably a better buy if you were to have to select right now, because it is already worth, say, 20 odd billion, but it's also certain that it's going to be producing, and they are doing well, right? So they're already generating a lot of revenue. They're already making a good amount of money. So there's no real risk other than some sort of cataclysmic event happening to one of their facilities that causes it to not produce any or export any more gas, which I find hard to believe, but it's possible. But they, it really just depends on what somebody's risk tolerance is and certainty, because I still think that in the long term, a better overall percentage gain will be from next decade, but they're not making any revenue. So it's harder to kind of say, oh yeah, that's the risk on that is greater. So yes, it might be a higher percentage return. And that's really all investing is. And I think a lot of people, this is what screws people up, is they'll look at something. A prime example of this is looking at like an Amazon and being like, oh, but that's only going to 3x. It's like, yeah, but something that's going to 3x that's guaranteed, or 5x that might not be guaranteed at all. And people will be like, oh, but 5x is greater than 3x, so I'm going to go with what's 5x. It's like, well, on an estimated monetary value basis, the likelihood of that happening, let's say it's only a 10% chance, 20% chance at 5x's versus an 80% chance that something 3x's, then you're looking at like an estimated monetary value of 250% over here and an estimated monetary value of less than 100% here. So it's more likely, yes, you might luck out and get 100% return or greater over here. But on, let's just say, if you were to do a portfolio weighted average, you're more than likely that you're going to fail investing in the thing that's going to 5x at a 10 or 20% likelihood. And I don't think that people fully are capable, even to my extent as well. Like as human beings, right? Just in general, we're not able to fully quantify risk. I think a lot of times we're more optimistic, and we also don't know what we don't know, and so we'll completely disregard certain things that can come through and completely wipe out an entire risk tree or risk weighting that we weren't even contemplating. So, and then they're like, oh my God, it's going to zero. They panic sell, and next thing you know, things end up being okay. But anyway, just some little wisdom, food for thought for people.
Maddie, you're going to zero.
I'm already at zero. So.
All right. Well, you know what? It's a good pitch. It's a good pitch.
You're not going to buy any of it because you hate me. So.
I didn't say I wasn't going to buy it.
But you didn't say you didn't hate me. So there you go.
I did not say I'm not going to buy it. It's growing on me. All right. It's growing on me.
You'll buy some crazy digital currency stock, but you won't buy something that's near and dear to you.
If I showed you what I was looking
Like
at right
pipelines.
now, you would freaking go nuts. I'm going to do it. I'm going to show everybody. I am looking at Mega Charizards in the Japanese set because I had a feeling that they were going to come down in value. Now the English set is being ripped, but I got to tell you, they're not. They're still hanging out. They're still high. I think this is going to be a very big card for a long time. So
I need to stop messing around. What packs have you bought, Steven? You didn't buy Journey together, or you did?
No, I did.
Have you bought every single release?
Yes.
Okay. I thought you, for some reason, you made it seem like you were slowing down on the releases that you're.
No, I'm slowing down because I'm being throttled I'm not allowed to buy cases anymore.
What about what is the most recent one, like before the new, and it was like Mega Evolutions, which I need to buy, but then there was
Mega
like,
Evolutions.
then there was black something and white something.
Yeah, those were ETBs though. So
Not for you.
no, I bought them. Come on now. So from
I'm trying to
Scarlet
fill
and
it out,
Violet,
Steven.
Scarlet and Violet, I bought Base, I bought Paldea Evolved, I bought Obsidian, I bought 151, I bought Paradox Rift, I bought Paldean Fates, I bought Temporal Forces. I actually do not have Twilight Masquerade. I need to buy that.
I'll sell you mine.
Was Stellar
$1 million.
Crown a booster box? I don't have Stellar Crown also. Shit.
Steven.
What is going on with me? I screwed that up. I have Distant Rivals, Journey Together, Prismatic, Surging Sparks. I need those two. You know what I may do? I may get a display for behind me and put one of each box behind me. It's kind of a little display.
I think you should, Steven.
But that would involve me going to the storage unit, driving, getting it, bringing it back here. I just drop everything off of the storage unit. I don't want to store shit here. Too much room it takes up.
I'm gonna store you.
I mean, like everybody's like, doesn't it take up a lot of space? No, I have a storage unit. Like,
I've been looking into getting into that business.
it's a good business.
Actually, believe it or not, I've actually not just thought about getting into that business, but buying land and starting it from scratch.
Oh, I would not be doing that.
Why not?
Rather buy an existing one that's already built. You would really want to freaking build it from the ground up.
You can make a little bit more money that way, Steven.
Yeah, but think about how freaking much time you gotta take to do that. I don't have that type of time. I will tell you this. If you're really going to do that, let me know. I'll throw you some money if you're taking on investors.
Oh, now who wants to be involved?
Well, I'm just saying, if you're willing to put the time in, you know what I mean?
I think it'd be fun too, because you buy some land and then you can piecemeal it almost. You build one, you see how it goes. You get it cash flowing, and then you can take out a loan to build the second, third, fourth.
Well,
They can just do it strategically.
I would like to buy a pizzeria, is what I would like to do.
I bet if you created a pizzeria called, actually, I've had this
I already
thought.
have my name. So if I want to buy an existing one, but if I was to build one from the ground up, take a guess what the name would be.
Fearless.
Little Stevie's.
Little Stevie's. If I were to ever make a whiskey, you know what I would call it?
What would you call it?
Farley's Irish Whiskey. This shit would sell.
Oh, I like that.
Farley's Irish Whiskey would
I
sell
like
hard.
that. I think that's interesting. I like that.
Farley's Irish Whiskey would sell hand over fist.
I like it. I do like it. No, but I want to buy a pizzeria because when the AI comes for all of us, we all still need to eat, baby.
Hey man, I'm
telling you, we all still need to eat.
I would love some pizza.
We all still need to eat. Pizza's cheap. Everybody can afford it. Try to bring back a $4.99, 2 slices and a soft drink. I don't know if it's even possible these days, but I would love to be in the pizza business. I would love to.
What would you do? Just plain pepperoni?
I would do plain Sicilian pepperoni just because it's a must, even though I don't like it. And I don't think I would do specialty slices, but if I did, I'd have to do like a. All right, the one specialty slice that I love is a white pizza with chopped up tomatoes, chicken, and broccoli.
I don't hate that, Steven.
It's so freaking good.
I don't hate it.
And then pinwheels, chicken rolls, and then chicken and meatball parm heroes. But that's if we add a kitchen in the back. I mean, I just want a straight pizzeria, man. Like, I've always wanted to own one.
Why not? Why not open it downstairs?
Dude, it's freaking one day I'm gonna own a pizzeria. One day.
I heard it's not fun. Would you do it so it's like you don't need the money, or would you actually try to make money off of it?
I mean, I'd like to get to the point where I can just open it, it doesn't matter. Know what I mean? Because one of the things I would like to do is every week make 50 pies or 100 pies and give it out to homeless shelters and that type of stuff. And just give
There you go.
back.
I like it, Steven.
So, and look, you can't open a pizzeria just for fun. You have to make it at least break even, because I'm not going to be in the business of losing money. But I would like to get it to the point where I can do it. That way I can freaking give away pizza to people in need and shelters and that type of thing. So
You're a good man.
and then here's the other thing. I would not want to work.
And I think that there's a way. That's yeah. I mean, I would just like to use it as a. That's part of the hard part. Is you got to find a good manager that's going to do well.
I mean, look, one of my buddies is a chef, not Chef Paul, one of my other buddies. And he wanted to stop working as an executive chef and open up. He had this idea of doing a food truck near the college campuses. And I tried talking him into doing a pizzeria and I'd invest with him, but he didn't want to do it. I need to call him and freaking see if we can set that up, because I really do want to get in the pizza business.
I think it's tougher than you think, Steven.
Well, I'm not saying it's not tough. I am not saying it's not tough, but listen, if you make a good pie, and I think that this is where people get crazy. If you make an outstanding pie, you only have to make plain pizza. You don't need to make anything else, because you'll be known for it. And people will come for it. I mean, listen, I drive for pizza.
I do too.
I mean, I would legitimately drive. Now, I'm not driving up to New Haven, okay? Because I actually think that there's better pizza in Brooklyn or Queens or NYC than fucking New Haven. But I'll drive 45 minutes or an hour for pizza. Absolutely.
Steven, where's Brooklyn at?
What do you mean, where's Brooklyn at?
I don't know. It's a song.
South Shore, freaking Long Island. And yes, it's South Shore of Long Island, everybody. You don't freaking cross water to go into Brooklyn. I mean, the other problem is in New York, there's so much freaking pizza. It's ridiculous. Like, you can't go 2 blocks without a pizzeria. It's crazy.
I didn't hate it. Although I was disappointed by the place that I went to. I got a buffalo chicken pizza, and it wasn't.
Buffalo chicken pizza is okay. I get down on buffalo. I can't do barbecue pizza, but I can get down on a buffalo chicken slice here or there. You know what I think is going to be the hardest part, Matt? Freaking consistency with the sauce. Because you truly have to have a system and you truly need to measure. I'm not like that. I mean, I do everything by eye and by feel. So I think it would be really hard just to stay consistent with the sauce.
I'm sorry to hear that, Steve. Are you coming on the Flow Chronicles tonight or what?
I mean, what are you guys talking about?
Probably Venture Global.
It's up to you.
Heck, you don't want to be on? I don't.
You want me to come on? If I get an invite, I'll mosey on in for a little bit. Up, less, down. Try to, get some people on there.
I have a strong feeling it's going to be a lot of Chris Patel talking, but because I can't talk about everything about Venture Global. So,
dude, I have Alex's stream going on another screen right now. The only thing people are buying from it is Phasmatal Flames. Like, this is nuts.
is it out already?
So, yes, it came out. Now, technically, it wasn't supposed to come out till Friday, but all the shops got in early, and it's all sold out.
Interesting.
He pulled 3 of the big Charizards last night.
I'm assuming that.
Yeah, so let
for
me
customers or for.
So let me answer a question real quick. I have another screen that I keep streams running on of other people, so they have more people watching. I do it for Matt with Cashflow Chronicles. I do it for Rocket Lab Weekly when he's on. I do it for Tanner. I do it for Bootleg with Tevis and Roy. I do it for Amit, and I do it for Nostalgianomics Alex. So if I'm able to, I tune into their stuff and put it on mute. That way they have another viewer in their freaking thing. So I do it for everybody.
What are we buying, Steven?
What were you saying, Matt?
What are we buying?
I mean, I'm buying Pokemon cards this week.
Yeah, let me see. What can I buy? Let me see if I can get any good deals on the internets.
But I don't know. We'll see. I could be talked into a few things. I think next week's going to be my bye week, not this week. I want to see what levels out this week.
Interesting. The ETBs are 133.
Yeah, this set is not cheap, man.
White Flare booster bundle is $51. I don't know if that's good or not.
I don't even know if there's anything in those sets. I just bought them for the hell of it.
Yeah, the build and battle box are $74.
Dude, just buy the booster and just be done with it. The booster is what you invest in.
Damn, the Mega Evolutions is down to 261.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. What are you buying, Steven? Which one? All of them?
I mean, I got 2 boxes of Phasmatal Flames, the boosters. I'm going to try to get one of the ultra premiums. And we're going to go from there. I mean, I don't know. The more I think about it, I want to redo my office. Like, I'm looking around. I want to put my desk on the other wall. I want to get rid of the couch. I never used that freaking couch. And redo the office.
Casting couch?
No.
No?
No. No. I don't know,
People
man.
probably think I need to redo my office as well.
It's a little busy back there, buddy.
Isn't it?
It's a little busy back there.
That is.
A little busy. No, we're not doing seafood pizza, guys. Come on. Seafood and pizza don't mix.
Sure
No, I'm not going to do full streamer setup, but I do want to get a L-shaped desk so I can have more room I can have more screens. So I want to redo some stuff.
Like what?
Oh,
What are
I'm
we
with
doing?
that. Breakfast pizza is amazing. I'm with you on that.
Breakfast pizza, huh?
Yeah.
Like what?
No, just pizza for breakfast, baby. So, Matt, are you OKE? It's dropped a lot. I'm buying it up. Dividend is 6 point, where's the divvy? 6.07%. This thing's down 37% in the past year.
What do you? I don't even know what you're talking about.
OKE, you don't follow, I thought you followed pipelines, no?
I can't afford it.
Can't afford it.
Nope.
Okay. I guess Matty can't afford it.
No, I'd rather buy something. This is the thing, Steven. I like. It's not that I dislike.
You don't like the
The
pipeline. It's cool. I got it. I got you.
It's not necessarily that. I am in a very high tax bracket, humble brag, and the dividends would just be taxed at an inefficient tax rate for me. And so, if I were to buy something, I'd rather buy something that I can avoid forced taxes to the government. So
You could buy it in an IRA, sir.
yeah, but I'd rather have something like Rocket Lab in an IRA.
You could do both. You could sell your cover calls on Rocket Lab and just buy OKE with it.
You see, that's the thing. If I were to buy something in an IRA, I'd want it to be for capital appreciation. Likely not for dividends at the moment. I mean, I'm 34. You know, although I am trying to get a slight increase in my dividends coming in, but I just am not as focused as I once was on the dividend plays, and you know, it's not to say it's a bad opportunity. It's just for now, I'm trying to get myself to a place where, you know, I can 2.5x, and that's kind of my current goal is 2.5x. And
I guess you need the maintenance money for the Lambo.
yeah, you know, I live a very expensive lifestyle.
I hear you.
I really don't. The small pullback that we're actually down is more than the cost of my entire house, which I think is pretty funny. Because we're not even down that much. So
I gotta say, you guys in the chat are freaking hilarious. I love it. I love it.
Are they roasting me? I hope they are.
I mean, there's some things that are hilarious. Oh boy. You're seeing it. It's pretty funny. Listen, BM&R, baby. I'm in it. I'm ready to freaking get after it with Mr. Tom Lee.
I hope it does well. I really do. I'm cautiously optimistic it'll have a run towards the end of the year. And
look at this guy. Tanner, go to X. I'm sending you an invite if you want to hang out with us for a few minutes. I don't know how much longer we're going, but we'll probably go for a little bit.
I'm probably gonna. Now that Tanner's coming on, I'm probably gonna have to.
We don't know if he's coming on or not, but if he's more than welcome.
Yeah, I hope he was able to make it on. But I think it's funny. People like I love when people love to ask hypotheticals like, if you were to sell one of your positions, what would it be? And it's just like, I mean, are we all in the same positions? Like, why does it matter to you? You know, like I think it's kind of funny. You know, whatever I say, and Steve doesn't have it, so I'm probably gonna get sued. But normally Steve has in the bottom like not financial advice. It's like what I'm doing.
I put up the disclaimer in the beginning, and if you
I know,
want,
I'm
I'll
just
pull the
kidding.
disclaimer up again real quick. Hold on.
No, you don't have to.
No,
But I
no,
think
no. Before Maddie says anything, that's going to get him in trouble. All right, hold on. I swear I have it somewhere, Matt. Give me a sec.
But I think people just need to recognize is like just because I'm doing something, just like Steve said, like Matt, are you buying OKE? That's great. I'm happy Steve's buying OKE. I think it's a great company, and I think it's going to continue to do fruitful things for Steve.
Matt is not a financial advisor, everybody. Even though we saw this at the beginning of the show, neither am I. Take everything that we say with a grain of salt, please. We don't know your situation.
So,
we only know ours. We do a lot of research, and we're dumbasses.
I am a dumbass. That's pretty much it. But no, I just, I think a lot of people are just like, oh, I got to do what Matt does. It's like, I don't have any kids. I don't have a wife. I have no dependents on me. So, what I'm trying to do is just play a big game of Monopoly, and you might have different obligations.
Do you know what the best in Monopoly? Do you know statistically what the best properties are to buy by any chance?
The railroads.
No.
Pipelines.
No, in Monopoly.
The utility companies.
No, really? You don't know what the best pieces to buy?
It's not Park Place and Boardwalk, I'll tell you that.
The ones on the left. It's the orange and the purple. Because statistically, they have the highest rate of landing in those two areas. The orange is actually ranked number 1. And the theory is because when people either roll trips and go to jail or actually land on jail, when they get out, I think those are spaces 6, 8, and 9 on the board from that roll. So statistically, the orange is the best. And then also the freaking purple. And then another trick? Never build hotels. Only build 4 houses on all your properties. Never go hotels because you hoard the actual house pieces and people can't build houses then. Just saying. Heard here first, everyone.
Steven, why don't you play Monopoly?
I do play Monopoly.
I meant real world Monopoly.
I have the freaking app. I play it on my tablet. Anyway, go on.
I don't remember what I was.
No, you're talking about Monopoly, buying stocks, all that other stuff.
I mean, I think, a lot of people will watch me and they'll be like, oh, well, Matt has money, so I'm just going to do what he does. But the problem is like, if the stock goes down 20, 30%, like let's say next decade is right now, people start getting fearful. And the reason why you're fearful, I'm not fearful at all. I think it is a great opportunity. Doesn't mean I'm not watching it, right? Doesn't mean I'm blind to what's going on. I'm watching it, but to me, I'm ensuring that when I'm watching it, things are going in the direction that I thought they would. But when the problem is like if you go into a company without having any sort of underlying conviction or your own research or anything of the like, it goes down 10, 15, 20%, and you're going to be freaking out because you have no confidence or foundation to stand on other than some random guy on the internet told me that he's buying it. So I decided to YOLO and buy into it. And it's like, well, we might be in completely different situations, right? Like it goes back to that peer pressure thing. Like, oh, if your friends told you to jump off a bridge, you got to do it. And it's kind of the same sort of mindset, to an extent. It's like, just because I'm investing in something that's capital appreciation, doesn't mean that you shouldn't be buying it. You maybe should be listening to Steve with his thoughts on OKE for being dividend plays, because maybe that's in the position in your life and where your portfolio should be is more dividend focused. So, I think everybody tries to put other people in a box. Like, everybody has their own investment strategy. And if you were to take one thing away from this little monologue, it's more along the lines of when somebody says something, understand where they're coming from and their perspectives and style of investing, because they might be trying to 100x. It might be a complete gamble for them. It might be 0.5% of their portfolio, and they're buying it because they think it's gonna 100x, but they're completely okay losing that money. Versus you might be saying, oh my God, I need to find the stock that's going to be the foundational piece of my portfolio. And you happen to land and listen to this guy who's making this complete gamble. And you might be like, this is the one, and lose 20% of your portfolio overnight because you just didn't think about paying attention to what this person's perspective or reason for investing in something like this is. And so, I just caution people that, before you just jump into something, both feet into the pool, you really do your total thinking as to why.
I don't hate what you're saying. I have different tranches for different things. And I got a bunch of growth stuff. I got a bunch of ETFs. And I got dividend stuff. I have different tranches for different things. And OK is something that I think is been sold off too much. It's paying a 6% dividend. I think it's going to go back to 80 or 90. And when I look at the valuation versus Enbridge or Kinder Morgan, it's trading at a better valuation. So
why does Tanner hate us?
What?
Why does Tanner hate us? I assume that was Tanner.
No, it wasn't. It is freaking Tevis.
Speaking of people that hate us,
he just freaking sent me a video of sushi. Like, I hate sushi.
Steven, you know you're the future of YouTube, right?
Like, is sushi even a meal? Like, come on. What are we doing here?
I don't know, Steven, but what do you have to say to the 416 people that are watching right now?
They're the best. They're the best. Yeah, I don't get down on sushi, just saying.
All right, Steven, you're a good man. I appreciate you having me on. Apologies I wasn't as on stream as initially, but I was in the middle of chowing down on dinner. So.
Matt, I appreciate you coming on. It was a lot of fun. Please go check out Cash Flow Chronicles tonight. They will be live later, 10:30 or 11. Matt and Chris, two of the best.
I paid him to say that.
No. You guys get after it. Get after it. Thank you, Ray, for putting Cash Flow Chronicles so I didn't have to.
You guys rock. Appreciate you. I'm going to, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to go do.
Wait a second. Hold on. I did not just get a text from this. And you know who I'm talking about. I cannot believe you are in the stream right now, blowing up my freaking cell phone. Holy shit.
What?
Ah!
What did I miss?
Oh my God. One of my buddies from freaking, wow. That's crazy. Out of the blue, get a text from somebody who I haven't talked to in a little bit telling me sushi's phenomenal. Holy shit. That's wild.
You're a worldwide celebrity, Steven.
That's wild.
You're the future of YouTube.
Hey, so I'm just going to ask, do you want me to put your company out here in case anybody needs any work done? Just text me yes or no. They've done so much work for me and my friends. They're freaking great.
Do they what, contracting work?
I'm not going to say unless he texts me and says yes or no, but
If he goes to South Jersey, I might need him.
All right, yeah. So AK Electrical has done a ton of work for my family, bunch of my friends. I mean, they do incredible electrician work. If you're on Long Island and you need any type of electrical work done, get in touch with the guys at AK Electrical. They're freaking phenomenal.
I didn't know Mitt owned electrical.
I don't know. And that's freaking going to buy up everything at some point.
You're the man. All right, you rock, and I don't know. I might go for a drive.
Oh my God. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. No, it's not Amit texting me. And now Amit's in the chat saying that he owns an electrical shop.
Then he got Cactus Jack involved, and now Cactus Jack is buying everything. You know, he's taking that extra cash flow and making sure Amit never goes hungry. You know, someone's got to look after your boy.
Amit, come on for 5 minutes. I got a joke for you.
I do have to run. Amit, sorry to miss you if you do end up coming on, but I got to run. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Maddie, have fun tonight.
You're the man. Talk to you guys soon. Cheers.
All right, later. All right, so I'm sending Amit a link because I want to straighten out that he does not moonlight for AK Electrical. AK Electrical is a separate company, not AK Media. They do great work. You guys should definitely use them if you're in the New York area. They are phenomenal. But no, thanks, Matt, for coming on. Really good. And just to recap, I could not be more bullish on SoFi right now. I was 1 foot in, 1 foot out heading into earnings. Noto today on CNBC was just on fire. I mean, the fact that they're the first national bank that is allowing crypto alongside checking, savings, and oh, here we go. The legend is here. The legend has come to the show without a camera.
I literally gotta leave in like 5-7 minutes, but I didn't know I have an electrical shop.
You do not have an electrical shop. So here's the crazy thing, right? So 2 of my buddies I grew up with own a electrical company together, AK Electrical. And I just happen to always text one of them instead of the other when I need work done. And probably just because, and they both live right near my parents. I just end up texting one, not the other. And one of the 2 of them just texted me about freaking sushi because I said I don't like sushi. And it was just freaking hilarious.
Dude, I told you, you're turning into a celebrity.
I mean,
you're gonna have people randomly pop up on your feed, and then they're like,
no.
I know that guy.
No, one of my buddies that I've known, I mean, I've known him for, oh my God, are we that old? 25 years, something like that? And he just texts me randomly.
Yeah, I mean, but it's but does he know you have a channel?
He does now because he's watching.
That's my point. You popped up on his feed. When's the last time you talked to him?
I don't know, a year ago or so.
That's what I'm saying, bro. People know who you are. You know, you got 10,000 subs in a month. Like, people are gonna figure out who you are.
I'm just trying to be like you. I mean, I'm just trying to be like you, Amit.
I'm just saying.
So
I'm just saying.
Want to ask you a quick question. What did you think of SoFi today with Noto?
I thought it was good. I don't think there's anything wrong with them adding crypto. Like, there's no bearish angle you can take to that perspective. I don't know how much it's going to be like accretive to the overall business revenue and profits and all that. But I mean, if they can even get, I don't know, 10, 20 million a quarter off SoFi, I think their operating leverage can significantly increase. Because it should be like juicy 95% margin, all that crypto revenue. So I think it's bullish. I don't see the bearish angle to that. I don't know anyone who could say that adding crypto is bearish, especially because of the first bank to do so.
And that's why I think that it's very interesting, because their first actual nationally chartered bank to provide crypto. So I think that it's very interesting.
Yeah. I mean, again, and also if you already use SoFi for your banking and stuff, like if you want to buy Bitcoin and it's right there, I don't see why that's bad. I don't think it's like a massive game changer or anything. I think like what they're doing with stable coins will be a lot more interesting, but it's good that people can finally trade it on the platform.
I'll tell you, I think this is super bullish indirectly for Ethereum and BMNR.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of this stuff is happening on ETH. I don't know if we, get to massive price levels on ETH by end of year, but I do think long term, everything I see is headed in the right direction. And that's all I care about on Ethereum.
I agree.
I mean, it would be fun if we have a pump to 6,000-7,000 by end of that would be really fun, but I don't know if we're gonna get that. This labor market shit is becoming a bigger deal, dude. Like you're starting to see a lot more people actively talk about what's going on with the labor market. And Fannie Mae saying we can reduce the credit rating people need to get a house, 50-year mortgages. You gotta just have a lot of different ideas coming out. And I think it's definitely something all of us have to pay attention to. But I think end of year rally is still very well intact. And the fact that the S&P was up today, even though Nvidia was down, is super bullish to me. And I think that trend of broadening can continue towards the end of the year.
Well, I don't know, Amit. I am very in the camp of.
Oh, by the way, I bought Meta.
Somebody said that to me.
I bought it at 632. I'm in officially.
Somebody said that to me, and I was like, interesting. I'm actually very happy that you're on the train with me.
I fully expect it to go below 600 because, of course it will. But acting like I will have the perfect timing to get it under 600 it's just too much to ask for a large cap Max 7 that's down 15% already. So if it goes below 600, that's fine. But if not, I mean, the numbers at this point still look really good. So I don't think there's as much risk unless Zuck messes up something in a dramatic way. But the only issue right now is lack of concern around CapEx. It's not, from my understanding, nothing else is bad other than the street not fully understanding where the ROI is coming from, which I don't know if that's a reason it should be down 15%.
I mean, my feeling on this, that the algos got a hold of it. Stop losses were triggered. It was a bullshit reason for Meta to sell off after earnings. You had an incredible quarter where free cash flow increased quarter over quarter. They took a one-time hit, and it's just unfreaking believable that sold off so much. And I think this is going to end up being a gigantic opportunity. The CFO came out and explained everything, and it was down so much heading into the earnings call. People didn't even have time to open up the press release. So it was bullshit.
Yeah. And look, I think there are legit reasons why the street is concerned. I don't know if it's going to be legit in a year, so that's why I'm just like, all right, at some point you got to bite.
So Amit's electric company, AK1 Electrical, it's not Amit's company, guys, but they do not advertise at all. It's all word of mouth. And I'm telling you, their freaking craftsmanship is incredible. So I'm going to have to talk to my buddy who's watching about redoing his website. And I know that they don't need the business. They're killing it, but they should really redo this. I mean, phenomenal.
Dude, I want to invest in an electrical company now. It got me excited to.
I got to tell you, I was actually thinking about it the other day, take the Brad Jacobs model and just freaking buy a ton of freaking electrical companies, combining them and selling to private equity.
Boom.
Boom.
There you go. There you go.
Boom. QXO is over 19 right now.
It's a good one. I haven't looked that deep into it yet, but I know that you really like it. So,
dude, I'll give you the 1 minute pitch before you go if you want.
Okay, I literally have 2 minutes. I got a 9:30 meeting, but go ahead.
All right. So obviously Brad Jacobs built United Rentals, United Waste, and XPO. He has over 500 M&A deals under his belt. we're in a situation where the interest rates are falling. We have a new Fed chair coming in May. We know that the new Fed chair is most likely going to be Waller or Michelle. What's her last name? Baldwin. It starts with a B, whatever her last name is. They're going to be more in line with Trump. The median age for a house is 44 years. People have been putting off big repairs. Lower interest rate environment means people are going to do work, windows, shingles, roofs. He buys Beacon, 11 billion revenue a year, and he's looking to buy more distributors and integrate them. There's over 7,000 individual distributors for building products in the US. So he already has the platform. It is rumored he is using your favorite company to build out the ecosystem. And he is looking to basically buy up a bunch of smaller distributors now, increase margin, increase scale, and get into all the different verticals. You also have an environment where, with a lower rate environment, Toll Brothers and other building companies will likely be increasing their building capacity because we're at a shortage of houses. So incremental weather increasing, you have rates coming down, projects that have been on hold actually happening, builders increasing. So I think it's a great environment for Brad Jacobs to be doing this. So we'll see.
All right, I will take a look. I know you're into it.
I mean, you wrote about GXO, didn't you?
Well, no, we did it's under Brad Jacobs. We did a Spaces on it, but that's another reason why I want to look at it, because obviously QXO is very interesting.
Brad Jacobs is the guy.
Yeah, I agree.
Are you doing anything good tonight?
Well, I have a meeting that I got to get to, but after that, no.
I figured you'd be going out on the town.
Not tonight, but I got to get out of here.
All right. Well, you have fun, and I'll talk to you later.
Later.
Oh, tonight was a good night, everybody. Freaking Maddie Capital came on. Amit came on. Got a blast from the past texting me. We're going to put up their electrical company again. And I'll tell you what, if Amit ends up investing in their electrical company, I don't know what this world's coming to. But the fact that you guys in the chat thought Amit bought an electrical company, that is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. I don't know what snacks are going to be on tonight. I don't know. I mean, Curse of Oak Island, I'm going to have to watch it tonight. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. I got to figure out what else I'm going to buy this week. Probably just going to buy more QXO. I'm not buying any more SoFi. Certainly not exiting the position. So I'll tell you, if CoreWeave keeps falling, now it looks like after hours it stabilized a little bit and it's hanging out around that $90 range. I don't know. I got to figure out where I would want to enter, but keep in mind, this was at 187 at one point, 55 billion backlog. I don't think that round tripping is a thing with this. I know people have concerns about it, but when I see the backlog from Amazon, Alphabet, and Microsoft being 700 billion for those three companies, just on cloud services, it makes me think that the CapEx spend is not done. And if their CapEx spend is not done, CoreWeave's CapEx spend is not done. And the backlog is probably going to keep growing. The question is, how much debt are they going to take on to fuel this? And when are they actually going to be profitable? Analysts are saying 2027. It's an expensive company right now, but I want to see what happens next week with it. We'll see. I am going just to go down the list and we'll do. Oh, I didn't even see the super chat. Nick's Hobbies, thank you so much. How can one get a loan against your portfolio? For example, for a house down payment, my portfolio is on Robinhood. I have no idea, Nick. No freaking clue. I don't know if you want a loan against my portfolio. You may want a loan against Maddie's portfolio. Oh, and by the way, everybody, AK Electrical did the electrical in this apartment that I'm in. In my office, they did all the electrical with all the hi-hats and everything. They do phenomenal work. I'm thinking about that they did the work at my parents' house, a bunch of my buddies' houses, but no, they do great freaking work. So if you're in Long Island, definitely hit them up if you need stuff. Yeah, Robinhood's interesting. I saw the post that you guys linked to me. Somebody linked it to me about the whole Charizard market with TCG. It's very interesting. We'll see. I have a full position in Meta. I'm not adding, but if it goes 550 or under, I would highly consider adding again. But if I didn't have a full position, I would be buying more. I am still acquiring BMNR and Ethereum, so I will be looking to add those. We'll see. Yeah, I don't use product in my hair. I happen to get out of the shower, and that's how it dried with water. Like, if I use product in my hair, I wouldn't be able to do that, guys. No product. Just saying. I've been combing my hair like this for so long, it just dries like this. Wait until SoFi allows you to use BTC as collateral. Yeah, that's coming at some point. No, I mean, I just moved around my hair, right? There's nothing in my hair. It legitimately just dries like this. I only wrote QXO. I actually didn't write anything on GXO. I wrote about QXO. Amit wrote about GXO on his Substack. I need to look more into Nebius. I thought I was going to get to it tonight. I didn't. So there was a few other things I wanted to watch. Let me go to CNBC's thing. Maybe there's something short and we'll talk about it. What else came on tonight? Oh, that's interesting. Final trades, AMD and BMY. Interesting. Yeah, all right. We should probably talk about SoftBank exiting NVIDIA. Do I care? No. Am I worried? No. SoftBank exited NVIDIA, what, 5 years ago, and NVIDIA just went up. So I don't think it matters. I mean, who cares? They've already made a bunch of money on NVIDIA, so they probably want to use it for something else. I do not have a full position on QXO, and I will be consistently acquiring until I get to a full position. And I am buying more BMNR. I think 50-year mortgages is great for the banks, and I think it's bad for homeowners at the end of the day. I mean, look, I understand the premise that houses have gotten so expensive that 50 years makes it more affordable because it spaces out the payments. But there's no way anybody's can convince me that a 50-year mortgage is better for people. They're just going to end up paying more interest over the life of the loan. So it's going to end up in the long run costing them more money. So I don't know how I feel about that. I also don't know how I feel about 15-year freaking car loan, considering that I don't know anybody that holds cars for 15 years. So not feeling good about those. Okay. Evercore, Amazon is probably an AI winner. Yeah, no shit. I'm not even watching that. Oh, I do want to watch this. We're going to throw this on. Two things. I really like Josh Brown, so let's start with him, and then we'll move over to Stephanie Link because I really like her. I think both of them are great. So let's react to these.
today that it is shining on 3, not 2, 3 stocks on his best stocks list. Tell us more.
Yeah, and I'm going to try to keep this concise because I want to make sure we get to all 3. Bottom line is this is a tailwind that's probably secular. Countries around the world are arming and rearming like we haven't seen in decades. The United States will spend $900 billion alone this year, which is an all-time high. And we've got hot wars all over the planet. And it's unfortunate, but this is the world we live in. As a result, these stocks have had an incredible year in the aerospace and defense sector. I don't see that changing anytime soon. So let's talk about 3 of the names that are on my list of best stocks in the market. L3 Harris. This is probably the weakest chart of the 3, but still pretty decent. Snapped its downtrend this past May, has been a good soldier, held that rise in 50-day. I think this is the type of name that ultimately could play catch up to the leaders. The leaders here are General Dynamics. Put up GD for me, guys. This chart is pristine. Acted really well throughout the fall. Look at the buyers. They're coming in on every dip. I think this name sees 375 before it sees 325 again. The risk management that we wrote about is the July gap, the low end of that July gap, 310 as a pivot point, so long as it remains above.
I haven't watched this. Lockheed better be the next one he says.
I think you can ride it. RTX retest.
All right, Raytheon, I'll give it. I still like LMT the best, though.
The low 170s. The buyers did not allow this stock to fall back into its recent gap. Very bullish action. Now it's bouncing off of the retest, picking up momentum. RSI is still in the high 60s, not overbought yet. And that.
All right. I'll do more research on these. I know more about Raytheon than the other 2, so we'll go from there. I am a shareholder in Starbucks. I am a shareholder in Target. I want to see what she says about Starbucks. And everybody, I still think Starbucks CEO should call me, and we need to have a conversation about wine. I think that they need to become a wine bar at their busier locations from 7 to 11 at night. Most people, and here's why, the overnight shift, Starbucks is closed. People go to 7-Eleven and Dunkin' Donuts for coffee for that overnight shift. Starbucks is not busy at 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m. They need to turn to a wine bar and have their own wine brand in Costco in the supermarkets. I think it would do really well.
For the Dow, 370, as you saw. And Stephanie Link, let's get to these moves. The Linkster looked at Starbucks down 26% from its March high and said, I want some lattes.
Yes.
You bought it.
A little caffeine for the portfolio.
Okay.
So when Brian Niccol was announced to be the new CEO from Chipotle to this company, the stock went up 49%. It is round tripped. It's given it all back. And we know what Brian Niccol did at Chipotle. Stock, when he was there, went up over 700%. He's an excellent operator. And I think this is a great opportunity to get in now, because they saw the first positive same-store sales number this past quarter, the first one in 2 years. And even on TV, on CNBC, he was on and he said the turnaround is happening faster than expected.
I saw that interview.
Yeah, and so he's revamping. He's revamping the store experience, the mobile operations, the menu changes, and he's simplifying. And I think you're starting to see better traffic trends as a result. So
what happened? Let me ask you. Let me stop you. I'll come right back to you.
Yeah.
Why did the stock round trip? Was it the euphoria of Niccol?
Well,
and then it was like, wow, this is going to be a lift. So woo, we come all the way back around, and now it's like, let's see what you got. Like, show me.
100%. And that's why I thought it was interesting that comps inflected positively for the first time under his leadership. That's pretty fast. Turnarounds take a lot of time, and I think everyone got very euphoric, and then he delivered kind of so-so quarters. But this was the first one that I thought was the most interesting. And not only that, but his body language was better, the tone was better. And so I just think this is a great setup for 2026. And I know you're going to ask me why I sold Target, or some of Target, most of Target, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to ask you why you own any of it.
Because, well, I don't know. We'll have to see next week when they report earnings. If,
You didn't
if we get a
anticipate that
rally,
one.
I'm not.
You thought I was going to ask you something. I was going to ask you something else.
Well, the point being is that I don't have a lot of cash, and I much prefer this management team. I much prefer this story, this valuation versus Target. Now, I didn't sell all of Target because it's still so incredibly cheap, but it's been a disappointment. And
You
I
have
think
not liked this stock for a long time.
I know, and I know, and I probably should have sold it when they announced the new CEO because he was an operations guy. But I thought an operations guy at the company for 25 years could make a turn quicker at Target. We'll see what they do, but I just prefer having a much smaller position here, and I'm going to slowly add to Starbucks over time.
Okay. I mean, the consumer, let's be clear. It's like the high end is doing well. Those who have made a good amount of money in the stock market are feeling great, and they're spending their money. Kind of everybody else, not so much, right? If you look at the commentary from earnings season from consumer-related companies, it's kind of startling how many have been kind of bad. I mean, I can't read the whole list because it'll literally take me too long to do it. But Cheesecake Factory, their comps missed. Cava, the comps missed. They cut their guidance. Chipotle comp missed. Carter's guide was soft. What else? Kraft Heinz, Mondelez, they both cut their outlooks. What do we do with that? Restaurants aren't great, right? I mean, they haven't been great.
No, they haven't been great.
At all.
I sold Chipotle. It was horrible. 3 quarters in a row. This new CEO is supposed to turn around the story, and he's not turning around the story.
Well, he can't put money in people's pockets.
But this is the point. This is the point, that you go with the best of the best, and Brian Nichols, the best of the best, and I'd rather put my eggs in that basket than the Chipotle basket. I disagree with one of the names on this list, and I'll tell you why. Deckers, while I sold it.
Well, Hoka missed.
Hoka missed. But they didn't miss, actually. And they're growing double digit, and UGGs are growing double digits. It was their guidance that was conservative. I sold it to be able to fund some of the other things that I was adding to at the time. I would absolutely revisit that story
you have seller's
in
remorse.
2026. I do, actually. To be honest with you, I really do. But I don't think it's going anywhere between now and the end of the year. I think it could be another good 2026 story, like I think Starbucks can. Now, in terms of the low-end consumer always feels the pinch, unfortunately, one way or the other. Inflation, wages, job availability, etc. It's the middle tier and the upper tier that does the maximum amount of spend here in this country, and we spend. And I have a stat for you. The National Retail Federation came out and said they expect holiday spend this year to be $1 trillion. And the average consumer is going to spend $900. That's the second highest in 23 years.
How much of that comes from having to spend more because of tariffs?
No, I don't believe that at all. I think it's actually the pent-up demand in terms of wanting to buy, for sure.
You don't think you'd have to pay more for the Barbie doll?
Possibly. I don't know. We haven't seen massive price increases, though.
Oh, we've seen someone stuff like that.
Some, but not massive price increases. No, I think this is going to be.
Coffee's still the same price. I mean, I'll say that right now. Coffee is still the same price. I actually agree with her on Starbucks. It's always busy in the morning. And I mean, I don't see Starbucks going away at all. So we'll see. I like it. See a lot of people putting Cisco in the chat. Look, I am a Cisco bull. I've been a Cisco bull. I think it's cheap. I think the dividend's strong. And I think that you got to look at Cisco like this. The amount of data center build out that we're seeing, you need networking. And Cisco has become a company that's transformed itself, and they have mitigated risk by augmenting hardware with subscription-based models and security-based models. So I like them. They have a lot of good products. People are buying them. I think the revenue split is 55-45% right now, if I remember correctly from the last quarter. Stock barely moves, but it's inexpensive compared to the rest of tech. I happen to like them. And if you get more data center expansion, you're going to need more networking equipment. More networking equipment accounts to more subscriptions and more security products. So I think it's a good long-term play. That's just me. So I'm rooting for Cisco. We'll see what happens, but it's an attractive valuation. So the big one is NVIDIA. I think NVIDIA is reporting next week. And that's really it for earnings season. Them and Broadcom, I think. So, all right, everyone. Start shouting some things out in here. I'll take a few questions, and I'm going to end it early tonight, and maybe I'll be on Cashflow Chronicles later if Matt and Chris want me to hop on. VRT, Vertiv, I don't know. I need to look more into them. I am going to look into SMCI again. We made some money on that as a trade. That was one of the few trades I've done in the past year or so. It just got too undervalued. I need to look at what the forward projection was and why they got hit. I like QXO for the long term. It's a 3 to 5 year vision for me. So I have not looked into Amcor. I don't even know what Proton is, so I couldn't tell you. I use a Cold Wallet, so I'm not into HIMS. I know I have it in the stock draft. I took it because I thought other people wanted, and I'd be able to deal it to them for something. Amit made me an offer with Apple, and I didn't take it, and I should have. I mean, look, Duolingo, I think most people know that I don't really see a use case for it. A lot of people think I'm wrong. I very well could be. I just think that AI is going to solve the language barrier, so I'm not into it. STX and Western Digital should be fine. I mean, we need more memory. We need more storage. I do not know much about Sprouts. Did Enbridge report today? Hold on. Oh, shit. They reported last week. I didn't even realize that. That's how many stocks I follow. I didn't even realize Enbridge freaking reported. I'll have to go through it. I can't give you an opinion. I haven't read it. I had a bunch of REITs. That's where my commercial real estate is. I don't own commercial real estate individually. Pork bellies. Very funny. I don't know much about SanDisk. Not something I really follow. I actually own NNN REIT in the dividend harvesting portfolio on Seeking Alpha. I like NNN. It's good. What have they raised the dividend for the past 36 years? Something like that? Yeah, I'm bullish Verizon. A lot of people aren't. I'm bullish Verizon. I gotta figure out what to have for dinner. It's 9:52 and I didn't even eat dinner yet. I think I'm gonna order from the diner. I think Pfizer's got interesting numbers. I own Pfizer. We'll see. Biotech and healthcare, they're so difficult to invest in. Pfizer, I'm just looking at the cash flow statement, balance sheet, and the dividend. I don't know about clinical trials, so I can't tell you. Man, teriyaki chicken. I may have to freaking order some freaking Chinese. All right, everyone. I'm going to get going. I am going to be on tomorrow with Tanner at 9 p.m. I will set up a link. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Really appreciate it. So Tanner and I will be on tomorrow at 9. Amit and I will be on Thursday at 9:30. Friday, we have the SoFi and FinTech Friday, the weekly show. And then Saturday night, we'll be on with whoever from the crew is going to come on. So we'll be having something every night. We'll see what happens. I may start a second channel for some obscure stuff, such as playing video games. We'll see. Yeah, that's about it. So thank you, everybody, for joining. Really appreciate it. Cashflow Chronicles should be on at 10:30. Go watch that. Go follow everybody. Fun of Investing, Future Investing, Cashflow Chronicles, Matt Money, Amit is investing. Go follow all of them. They all put out great content. And yeah, we're gonna that's the main reason why I'm gonna do a second channel, because I am planning on streaming GTA 6 a lot. So we'll have to build that up too. Yeah, I'm on a curve monitor. I have a 49-inch curved in front of it. And, it's the best. I can't. I had to put one in my office also, besides my home office. I put one in my regular office because it's just so much more efficient for me. So, but yeah, thanks everybody for joining. Really appreciate it. Have a great night. See everybody tomorrow. For the 49-inch curved, go Samsung Odyssey G9. That's the one I have. It's amazing. Samsung Odyssey G9. Talk to everybody later. Have a good night.